image on there?
Yeah, con.
Shalom. That'd be good. All right, so yeah, we back once again out here on the highways and hedges, giving all honor, praise, and glory to Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Wahawa, Kakadash. Double honor to the hopefully elect elder apostles slaves to be saved, Lord willing, starting with those at the GMS Church. All right, onward, on down, and to the rest that may be under the same doctrine, the true doctrine. Okay, and onward to the men here, you know, teaching, giving all diligence and the order and all true faith and sincerity. Okay, Shalom, and to the rest of you Akim as well, doing likewise, teaching from the elder Akim on down to younger Akim. All right, and you know, also to the rest of you believers, you women and children of the Israelite race, you men of the Israelite race, and on this faith likewise of Yahweh Ba'ashem outside. Shalom. All right, so yeah, we back again, and a lot going on. It's a lot happening, and you know, obviously the updates that's occurring, you know, with the status of the society. You know, you got people that think there's a bunch of perspectives being put out here. It's a bunch of chaos. There's a lot of confusion. You know, matter of fact, we can get that. You got some? You got some? If not, we go ahead and get that in second Ezra's.
Yeah, we just got it.
Yeah, second Ezra's 15:8. Okay. Because there's a lot of perspectives out here, but really what that is confusion. Okay? People don't know if they coming or going. The society in people's eyes, they can tell it's going, but the devil, you know, he's deceiving people, man. The God of this world is blinding the hearts of these people, man. You know? You got mugs talking about damn Russia talking about they're not warring with the NATO, which that goes into rumors of war, which most that bring that out don't even really go into that, correct? Because the rumors of war, you go into rumors, that really, that word was used specifically because the devil would be telling us about the war. But he the devil. So it's going to be a lot of lies that's being brought forth, right, through the war. So they playing off the war. Here it is, Russia went out of their way and said they ain't, you know. But even if they sincerely mean that, well, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So you got people, you got that going on, and then you got people that think, you know, like they dropped the mandate. Joe Biden administration said that people don't gotta wear masks no more. If they want to wear masks, it's up to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a bunch of perspectives out here, nonetheless. Okay, to say the least, it's a bunch of perspectives out here. All right, and what that really is, once again, when assessing it, is what? Is confusion. You can read.
Yeah, second Ezra chapter 15 and verse 8.
Right, go ahead.
I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness.
Where you at? What is that? Jump to 13 and 8. What's that? Damn, no, 5 and 8. Second 5 and 8. Shalom, brother. Yep, that's it.
Shalom, brother.
My bad.
Yeah, this second Ezra chapter 5 verse 8.
Right.
it says, there shall be a confusion also in many places,
Right.
and the fire shall be oft sent out again.
So that ain't really what's going on right now, right? To seriously understand is what? Prophecy. Prophecy is really happening. A lot of prophecy is happening right now, okay? A lot of prophecy is happening right now. And that prophecy is seen in the form of people, is what I was just saying, is that all these perspectives out here. People don't know if they're coming or going. Lies coming out about the war. The people that's about to commit the war, that's about to participate in World War III, they don't even know, you know what I'm saying, if they about to, but how you not warring with NATO? That don't even make sense. The reason why Russia is at war with, see, that's a lie. The reason why Russia is even at war with Ukraine is because of NATO.
Exactly.
So that don't make any sense, but that's prophecy, right? And then you got people, the masses of people that got that subjected to listen to these things, and they don't know how to exactly take it. You know, they getting what they're taking misconstrued. You know what I'm saying? They don't know, you know, if it's a good day or if it's just everybody just need a hug. They don't know. And that's just simply what? Y'all being confused, right? It's all prophecy.
Yeah, 2 Ezra chapter 5, verse 8, there shall be a confusion also in many places.
Right.
And the fire shall be oft sent out again, and the wild beasts shall change their places.
So, yeah, you finished.
And minstrous women shall bring forth monsters.
Yeah, man. So, point of getting that was what? It's more so to say what? That pretty much, more so to say what? That people confused, man. People are outright confused. That's prophecy. And you want to know why people confused? Because, let's just get it, Jeremiah 51:6. You know?
Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 6, it says, flee out of the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not.
No, jump to 7.
Yep. Babylon 51 and 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
So this place called Babylon is responsible for everybody being drunk, being crazy. Now, what does the word Babylon mean? You in the blue letter? Okay. Well, when you go into the word Babylon, it simply means what? Confusion, man. Just to say the least. Okay. You finished the verse?
A little bit more.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
And that place is what? America. See that? So that's why it's confusion everywhere. Babylon, meaning confusion. You can read it from the top, actually.
Yeah. Jeremiah 51 and verse 7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand.
Yeah, the place of confusion. Go ahead.
That made all the earth drunken.
Is what has been being served to everyone, all the people of the earth. Confusion. So that's why it's confusion everywhere. They got Slovakia. They got Cham in China, which is pretty much, it's not even a U.S. embassy. It's the U.S. Department of, I forget what it exactly is. I might have to Google it, but pretty much the shutdown that's happening in Beijing right now, America's dictating. People don't even know that. People don't even know that. These niggas in, like Esau literally in China right now talking about some, yeah, we're probably gonna have to have another shutdown. Smiling. Matter of fact, I played a video, you know? And that just tells you what? And he's a spokesman for the US, you know? And that's really the devil just sowing confusion all over the earth, hence America. It's called, it's a sect they have over there called, I believe it's it's called US Cham. Some shit like that. Let me see. Let me grab this real quick. You can finish that.
Yeah, Jeremiah 51 verse 7, Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore the nations are mad.
Right.
I have a camera now.
Yeah, kind. See? And this gonna prove it. That's America. Everybody being subject to America, which is a place of confusion, is causing them to be confused. And this proves it right here.
China is refusing to loosen the grip of its strict zero COVID control policies as its worst outbreak in 2 years.
They probably gonna put a
impacts the
goddamn
capital
Shalom.
city of
They probably gonna
Beijing.
put a damn what's it called on the video.
Gyms and other businesses were
I mean,
shut
on the,
down today. Lockdowns
saying?
across China are hitting international
Which
businesses
is crazy because
hard,
it's on the internet.
with labor shortages and supply chain
Fair
breakdowns.
use.
Here's CBS's Elizabeth Palmer.
Almost all of Beijing's 21 million
Watch this.
residents were ordered to take COVID tests this week. Not just one, 3 each. The goal is to avoid the kind of sweeping lockdown that shut Shanghai for more than a month. And last night had furious residents on...
Salaki. God damn it. Salaki.
A growing number of areas are in mini lockdown with barricades around buildings with COVID cases. But most people are free as long as they test negative. There was one day of panic buying when shoppers stripped supermarket shelves. But since then, authorities have made sure grocery stores stayed well stocked and promised that there is and would be plenty of food. Even as mass testing showed the number of COVID cases, while still low, was climbing. What do you expect? Is this just the prelude to a lockdown? Michael Hart is president of the American Chamber of Commerce in China.
Y'all hear that?
That's the great question.
Was climbing. What do you expect? Is this just the prelude to a lockdown?
You got it on high
Michael Hart
pass?
is president of the American Chamber of Commerce in China.
That's the great question.
Was climbing. What do you expect? Is this just the
No, it's on
prelude to a lockdown?
Oh, you gotta turn that on high
Michael
pass.
Hart is president of the American Chamber of Commerce in China.
That's the great question. I fear that we will have to
Listen to this, man.
Climbing. What do you expect? Is this
That's the
just
point.
the prelude to a lockdown? Michael Hart is president of the American Chamber of Commerce in China.
That's the great question. I fear that we will have to move to a lockdown. I certainly hope that
See,
that's
he
not
said
the
we
case.
fear they're gonna have to do a lockdown. This is damn so-called white man. Yeah, AmCham China. And it's
That's the great question.
and look how this devil's smiling. He said that's the great question. We're gonna have to do a lockdown. Look at this devil. Look at him smiling. His name's Michael Hart. He's the president of American. How you over there if you the president of the American Commerce or the American Chamber of Commerce in China, saying China gonna go into a lockdown? He ain't say we, like as far as, ain't like we including us, but like as far as them, like America. Man, he ain't said it like that. He's supposed to have been specific. So that just, they told on themselves. America is literally confusing and influencing every place on the earth right now, man. You know? This is this shit.
What do you expect? Is this just the prelude to a lockdown? Michael Hart is president of the American Chamber of Commerce in China.
That's the great question. I fear that we will have to move to a lockdown. I certainly hope that that's not the case.
How can America say China going on a lockdown? Then the so-called white man. So you a so-called white man, not even their nationality, by any means, but more so in the race terms, and also like country. You know what I'm saying? And he's saying they gonna go outside. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I mean, so much stuff coming out, it don't even make sense. And a lot of people won't even see it like that, because it's like everything just be pushed, it be pushed like it's like on some, it's always normalization going on. You know?
Right, like it's supposed to be normal. Esau in China calling shots.
Saying what China finna do. Beijing. And China hate them. That's what's so bugged out about it.
Exactly.
It's bugged out. Now, obviously, they do business on some level, but that's off. You know? So I seen that, I was like, oh yeah, that's crazy, man. All right, you can read that one time.
Second entrance.
No, you just read.
Consolati, Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon hath been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine.
Right.
Therefore the nations are mad.
Right. So there it is. You see?
Exactly.
Can't make it up. That's it, man. And then they be talking about like how the scriptures got it written, this mystery Babylon. Well, that's why the Lord said what? You go ahead and get it. Psalm 68. It's like it's Psalm 64.
Psalm chapter 64, verse 7. But the Heavenly Father shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
Go ahead.
So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves.
Go ahead.
All that see them shall flee away.
Yeah, meaning they're gonna start telling on themselves. Even if the devil try to hide himself, cloak himself, say he's not this certain person in the Bible, uses scholars to say, you know, debunk what we say, which is how they the Edomites, you know. But they set up scholars, so-called scholars, agents that's terrible, like Vocab Malone, to say the Edomites is done away with or something crazy like that, right? They gonna end up telling on themselves and ruining all those feeble attempts, man. It ain't gonna work. You know, y'all the devil, you Esau, and Esau never left the earth, right? Period. Y'all was shot. How Esau gonna be gone if the Messiah gotta come back, who's from the tribe of Judah, who's Jacob, right? And he's coming back to what? To fulfill.
Right.
You know? All things written. What he ain't did this day. And one of the things that's written that hasn't been fulfilled yet is what? The elder shall serve the younger. Meaning, Esau will have to serve the Messiah, who's of Jacob. So how can Esau be done away with?
Yeah, time.
Come on, man.
That one too.
So y'all niggas retarded, man.
Yeah, also the Isaiah 63. You know, that hasn't happened yet. It says, who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Oh, that's a cut. So how the hell did Messiah, outside didn't come stump nobody out when he came. You know, the outside didn't kill nobody when he came. So much, if you can jump to Matthew 10 and 34, so much to the point, right? As far as him when he came not doing nothing. It was so much of that as far as not killing nobody, he had to say this. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. Think not that I am come to bring peace on earth.
See? So he said that because he wasn't killing nobody. Yahushua came and didn't kill not a soul. He didn't kill nobody, man. You know, matter of fact, when he was actually warned, matter of fact, he actually told them, he said, my kingdom, he's like, if my kingdom was of this world, my men would fight. All right? But yeah. So, you got something?
I was just trying to find that.
Yeah. My servants will fight. Matthew, probably Matthew, what's his new? Matthew, 20, St. John, what?
18.
Huh.
St. John chapter 18 and 36. Yahushua answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
Right.
If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight.
Right. So that's for doubling down on the point on what? That Yahushua didn't kill nobody. He didn't put hands on nobody. He didn't. It was to the point where when they came to put hands on Yahushua to actually deliver him up and crucify him, one of the servants actually tried to pull out, you know, a sword. Actually did. Cut off the ear. He told him to put it up. Right? But he didn't do that, nor did he tell him to do that. Yahushua didn't kill nobody or hurt nobody. So going back to what you had in Isaiah 63, you can bring it out one more time.
Yeah, God. Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? That is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak righteousness, mighty to save. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth the wine fat?
Basra is what? Edom. One of the cities in Edom. So, a chief place. So he's going to where it's mainly, it's like where the predominant Edomites is at.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the capital, right?
Yeah, it's a chief place. You know? Basra, yeah. You know? But nonetheless, you have what? That being written for some, as far as being something he got to do that he had done yet. He still ain't did. You know what I'm saying? Period. So, like I said, that's just to kill that point. Esau set these dudes up, and they've been failing miserably. You're the devil, right? You're called, this is the mystery Babylon, America's mystery Babylon, right? And you're Esau, okay? And it's that simple. It ain't about nothing else. You got something?
Yeah, Isaiah chapter 55, verse 10, it says, for as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and make it to bring forth the bud, that it may give seed to the sower, and bread to the eater. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. You know, I bring it out just to say simply, the word of the Lord, you know, it's going to hold its value regardless. So whatever, you know, these devils say, whatever, you know, way they try to come, this word is what's going to hold true. This is what's actually going to play forth on the earth. So it's about the word. It's not about ultimately what you hear, even though, you know, they give indications of what's truly going on. That's why, you know, the prophets are here to decipher these things and bring forth the truth. And it's going to be according to this.
I mean, it ain't just prophets either. It's the men of the Lord. It's the church. Because everybody plays a role in making sure that this word go out. You know what I'm saying? Period. Everybody plays a responsibility in making sure this word go out. Does that necessarily, so everybody teaches? I'm not saying that. That's not what I said. I said everybody plays a responsibility in making sure this word go out. Meaning what? Matter of fact, go get Matthew 5. Matthew 5 and jump to I want to say 10. You there? Matthew 5. Start at 13. Matter of fact, start at oh yeah, that's the point. 16. I was gonna say that to the spirit.
Straight to it?
Yeah, straight to the point.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 16.
Yeah.
Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Right. And he told Israel, we're the light of the world. Now if you go to Isaiah 9 and 8. Now who is he talking to? Was he just talking to men? No. And it's accounts of the Lord literally talking to women multiple times. And everything Yahushua did, not even written in the scriptures. First of all, go ahead. Yeah, God can, just make sure you don't stand in the way. Like just step on. If you're gonna be on that side, be all the way to that side. So they don't think we like blocking that. So you good? You step over there. Just saying, if you're gonna be over there, be all the way over there. You know what I'm saying? That way they don't say we, you know. You got it, brother. Go ahead.
It's the book of Isaiah chapter 9 and verse 8.
Yeah.
The Lord sent a word into Jacob,
Yeah.
and it hath lighted upon Israel.
Right. There it is. See? Upon who?
Upon Israel.
There it is. That's all Israel. That ain't just no goddamn the prophets. They ain't just the brothers that sent out to teach this word. You know? Matter of fact, if you go to St. John 4, right? And jump down to when a woman actually told him that. Yahushua was talking to a woman. Okay? So, my point of saying that is what? hold Isaiah 9 and 8 and jump back to Matthew 5 and 16. He told, so that light came to all Israel. And then the light, which is the word, which is Yahushua, he came and told all Israel, he said what? He came and told all Israel, he said what? Ye are the light, let your good works, you got it?
Yeah, come.
You got it, go ahead.
Matthew 5 and 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Right, who did that light come to? That light came to who? It came to
Israel.
Yeah, to Israel. All Israel. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
Now, chiefly, he obviously talking to the elect, right? Those who's going to be saved. But the key point of what we get reading this for us is it says that they were that men may what?
That they may see your good works.
Right, that they may see your good works. So Yahushua, he came and he told the men what they were supposed to be doing, the teachers what they were supposed to be doing, those that set up to feed the flock what they supposed to be doing, to what the women were supposed to be doing, which is why we get in St. John 4, you know.
What point you trying to get?
Started this one started at 15. God damn. It's on some tsunami shit.
St. John chapter 4 and verse 15. It says, the woman said unto him, Sir, give me this water that I thirst not.
Right.
Neither come thither to draw.
Right.
Yahushua said unto her.
Right, see? So this is a woman, Yahushua talking to a woman. So it ain't just a men set up, man. You know what I'm saying? You bring an umbrella?
Yeah, come.
Which one yours? Let's grab yours. This one?
Yeah, come.
Okay, come.
Button right here.
Make sure you ain't in the way, brother. There's people coming through, man. Step that way, bro. You're gonna call the police on us. I'm telling you. Motherfuckers will ride past and it ain't even gotta be nobody walking through. I know you probably standing there because ain't nobody coming through. But then you with the devil. These supposed to see you, see us, and be like, they're blocking them. Yeah, that's what they do. Matter of fact, get Ephesians 4 and 27.
Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 27.
Jump to 26.
26 it says, be angry.
No, jump to 27.
Verse 27 it says, neither give place to the devil.
Right. There it is. Don't give place to the devil. Don't give them an opportunity to get up on you. Don't be out here lacking. Don't act like you don't know we amongst devils, man. These people don't give a fuck about us. We ain't out here just being nice, minding our business to them. Go ahead.
It says, let him that stole steal no more. That's it.
No, that's it. Go ahead.
Let him that stole steal no more.
Right.
But rather let him labor.
Right. Exactly. Make them work for it. Don't make it easy for them. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be hating, man. They hate us, man. You know? These goddamn people they hate your goddamn guts, man. Understand that. That's why, hey, that's the spirit. That's what the lesson title. The highways. What is it? Get right, get right. You gotta learn this truth, get right, get taught up, get tutored, get tutelage, and you gotta what? Ignore all. Right. Ignore all. And what? Just survive. That's literally goes into this. That's the spirit. The spirit had to happen. First gotta get right, then we gotta ignore all, man. Meaning, avoid these people, man. Avoid these goddamn women. Avoid the goddamn distractions. Avoid how you may feel about something. Avoid a brother going off. You know what I'm saying? Do what the fuck you need to do, man. You know? And I just made a lesson about cursing. But once again, if you listen to the lesson, You know what I'm saying? You should have learned something. That's the time we in, man. We gotta get right, ignore all, and we gotta just survive, man. Like shit, really we just surviving. We on the highways. Barely. You see? Matter of fact, jump there. Matthew 24. You know? That's the spirit, not the Lord letting the rain calm down. Lord trying to he gonna get a point through the people, man. You know? I think they're over there. Like, I mean, we done had it happen. If you ain't learning from your lessons, you ain't learning from what brother's telling you, it's because you ain't listening and you ain't taking heed and you're not examining. And the Lord gonna get you for that if you're doing that, man. It happened to the best of us. As they say.
That's 24.
Haven't we been outside before? Remember we was on Harlem and they was talking about, I don't know, some people called, you know people are crazy. People just be calling. His brothers done have people call their goddamn jobs, man, and get them fired. That's a ticket right there. Like when you blocking walkways and obstruction of what is it? It's obstruction. Obstruction of something. You know? She could easily and go call the fucking police, man. Go ahead, brother. You got that? Matthew 24 and jump to 13.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Matthew 24 and 13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved.
So we barely gonna make it, man. Matter of fact, jump to 1 Peter 4 and 17. You gotta endure, man. You gotta become hard. You gotta develop how you need to be. You need to become built in a way to where things may try you, but you won't fall. You see what I'm saying? Like when we come out here, we getting tried. It's like soon as you step outside, soon as you wake up, what goes on? The demons they roaming at all times. We just went into we just did a live lesson on that this week. Satan trying to get whoever he can, man. The adversary is trying to get whoever they can. So when you come outside, when you wake up in the morning, what goes on? You're being tried. By who? The tempter. Right? You being tried. Meaning your wisdom is being tried. If you've been listening, it's being tried. Listening. If you've been examining yourself, it's being tried. If you're applying these scriptures or took the scriptures serious or not, it's being tried, man. The Lord he gonna try you to see if you really about what you about. Job. Who feareth the Lord? Have you considered my servant Job? Who feareth the Lord and blah, you know, not blah blah blah, but you know. The only reason I even told you like that, like, yo, bro, let's go over there, because you was just over there. You know what I'm saying? We gotta move according to this wisdom. We can't necessarily get no wise ideas of our own. We gotta literally move according to what the scriptures is showing us and telling us to do in certain moments, man. Give no place to the devil, man. That's literally giving them a place. I'm trying to walk through, and I'm the devil, right? And you a nigga. This ain't your world. You don't run nothing, right? What do you think about if I'm standing here? What you gonna do? Body is still right here. You start bugging out, man. These mugs, man, it's easy work, man. That's why I say don't make it easy for the devil. Make him work. You want me, you gotta get me, devil. You gotta come hard. You gotta go hard, man. You know? And he will get you if you ain't what? Getting right, ignoring all, and putting yourself in position to survive. But anyway, you got it.
1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17, it says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
We all just hanging out. Fuck out of here with that, man. All these people devils, man. Lord told us that. Don't trust none of these goddamn people, man. Don't put your freedom in their hands, man. A lot of brothers gotta learn that the hard way. A lot of, you know, you young brothers, so you probably ain't really did nothing. You ain't from a certain walk of life. Brothers learn shit in the world, man. You don't ever want to put your life in somebody else's hands. And then when they got it, ain't nothing you can do, because you was slipping. like they say in the world, control what you can. You know what I'm saying? That's the point of the topic, right? You got it. One more time.
1 Peter 4:17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel?
What verse is that?
Verse 17.
Jump to 6. Okay, yeah, keep reading. That's it.
Yeah. But of them that obey not the gospel of God. And if righteousness scarcely be saved,
How long you read that wrong?
Salakia, verse 18. And if the righteous scarcely be saved,
Right. Meaning we gonna barely make it. You going to scarcely mean barely. Look, that's the law. We ain't worried about the goddamn law. Get that. Romans 13. Matter of fact, get token of perdition. I think that's in that chapter. Ain't no condemnation to them that are in the Lord, man. That walk in the Lord. Romans 8. Not worrying about these damn devils. You doing what you're supposed to do. You on point. You should have a good conscience. You know. But once again, you can have a good conscience because you think you good. You going into that last night. Men think they right. You could be right. It's one thing to know you right according to the scriptures, and then a whole other thing to just think you right. You see, that's a whole other thing. That's talked about in the scriptures. You got men that don't even know the scriptures but think they right. That's some crazy. And then they in the truth. But bro, you ain't even, you know. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, Philippians chapter 1 and verse 28. And in nothing terrified by your adversaries.
Right, where you at?
Verse 28.
No,
First Philippians chapter 1.
Go ahead.
And in nothing.
Jump up. 28. Start at 27.
Philippians chapter 1 and verse 27. Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Hamashiach.
Like I say this, the Lord will put a demon on these people to test you, to test your wisdom. He can easily just have somebody come up. That's what he be doing. He be allowing these demons to come up, like how he sent Satan to Job, and then demons demons came with Satan. It was demons all through Satan, all through Job's situation, to try what? Job's wisdom, to see if Job would apply what the Lord wanted him to apply, what the Lord told him to apply, or would he buckle? You know? Go ahead, brother.
Philippians chapter 1 and 27.
Go ahead.
Only let your conversation be as it becometh the gospel of Hamashiach. Right. That whether I come and see you or else be absent, I may hear of your affairs.
Yes, go ahead.
That ye stand fast in one spirit, with one mind,
right,
striving together
right,
for the faith of the gospel.
Yeah, we gotta be on one page. Brother can't do what they want to do. We gotta do what the Lord told us to do, and we gotta all want to do that. You know, we gotta run the play, man. We can't be on the court. Well, you supposed to cut. You supposed to bumping into each other and stuff. Brother, he want to run his own play. We get on the field, you audible. Right. You know what the hell?
Guard's supposed to be pulling, you going through the hole.
Right, man. Go ahead.
Verse 28, it says, and in nothing.
That's what? Schisms in the body, man. And see, the Lord rebuked that sharply. You know? Sometimes it come off rude. Hey, it is what it is, man. I was going to say that, and if you soft, this truth ain't for you. You soft, if you selfish in the wrong ways, this truth not for you, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not for you. You're not gonna make it. You know, but the Lord say all throughout the scriptures the same sentiment. Like I said, the instance of what him saying or saying through having that be said, which is what there should be no schisms in the body, right? And the Lord gonna. So that's rebuke. He has men saying that. And then he has it written where men are supposed to tell you about certain things in certain ways. When rebuke come out, it's supposed to be sharp. Right. That they may be sound in the faith. Titus 1 and 13. To show you, because these not our words. So the Lord can show you, yo, I'm not with that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Ain't gonna work, man. He like, yo, I'm telling you, it's demons out here, devils. You know what I'm saying? Stay out these people's way, man. Ignore all. Get the hell out the way. Stay out of the way, man. All these people gonna get their ass judged, man. Niggas be getting judged, and people wanna, that's not even right with the Lord, take pictures. Because we might take a picture or something to be okay, it's judgment or something like that. But see, it comes a point in time where that's out of season.
Right.
You can't always do that. Sometimes you just gotta mind your business, or you gonna get caught up, man. Oh, you know, caught up in with somebody else's failure. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Mind your goddamn business, man. So you get put to death out here. You know? Go ahead.
Philippians chapter 1, verse 28. And in nothing terrified by your adversaries.
Right. So we're supposed to be like that, but also in nothing terrified by our enemies, by our adversaries, man. Look, Satan, these demons. Read that again. That's powerful. Go ahead.
Philippians 1 and 28.
Yeah,
and in nothing terrified by your adversaries.
They Ethiopians or Eritreans. They might not even be Israelites. Why they out here trying to look like Jakes? They could be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Whole nother thing. You got it.
Yeah. It says, which is to
That's
them.
a goddamn nerve if you a damn heathen.
Yeah, kind. It says, which is to them an evident token of perdition.
Read that one time.
Philippians 1 and 28. And in nothing terrified.
This the point. Go ahead.
And in nothing terrified by your adversaries.
Go ahead.
Which is to them an evident token of perdition.
Right. Meaning you condemned. If these demons see you condemned in your mind, meaning they see that you don't believe, they gonna have a ball on you, man. You know what I'm saying? And then that shows them that's the way in, because they like, yo, he don't got no wisdom. She don't got no wisdom. You know what I'm saying? That goes to the point, like I was saying, pretty much how the police have rolled past. That don't mean nothing. Ain't no condemnation to them that's in Yahushua. And that's what perdition means, being condemned. You know what I'm saying? Only way you should feel like that is if you're doing something to condemn yourself. You know what I'm saying? If that ain't the case, what you scared for? You know? Because soon as a demon smell that weakness, they gonna feast off that, man. We ain't worried about nothing. But once again, that came up because talking about how don't make it easy for the devil to come steal you, steal your time, take away your life, whatever it may be. Make them work for it. They definitely gonna ride past. They gonna definitely be where so-called niggas at and actual niggas is at. But the ones that's not actually niggas, they can't do no harm to them. You see? Did you finish that?
A little bit more.
Yeah, then we get Romans 13 and 1.
It says, but to you of salvation, and that of the Heavenly Father.
Yep. See? That's what it's for. You know? That was it?
Yeah, kind.
Let me see real quick.
That's off of 28.
And nothing terrified by your adversaries, which is to them an evident token of perdition, but to you of salvation. Right, because when we put in a moment to be got, that's when the Lord saves. You know what I'm saying? I thought somebody was finna run in my shit the other night, man. Dead serious. And I learned in that moment I'm ready. I swear. The Lord had me reading scriptures as if somebody was really about to come in. You know what I'm saying? I went to Psalms 68. I went to Isaiah 59. I went to a few chapters, and it was all dealing with how the Lord gonna give us power. He gonna save. He ain't gonna forget us. I wasn't scared at all, man. I'm like, niggas can come through here, they can come through here. People come, I don't give a fuck. You come through the window. I'm gonna tell the house, don't fold. You know what I'm saying? If they would have came at that moment, I'm telling you. You know? Point being, what? When we put in situations to be gotten, we're supposed to what? See that as oh damn, the Lord finna save me. This is when He saved. Mercy is seasonable in affliction, in the time of affliction. You got it.
Keep on going on here.
No, you can jump to Romans.
All right, fine. Romans
13 and 1.
The book of Romans chapter 13, verse 1. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of the Heavenly Father.
Right. So you'll hear the elder Apostle Wakar saying he applaud these cops and what they do to these Jakes out here. Because they niggas. You know? And that's what that's talking about. That's what that's talking about. You can receive it, man. You got it.
It
If
says,
you can't, don't worry about it. Don't try to act like you can. Because you go off doing that. Act like you on levels you ain't on, man. And you wondering why you all off, you getting rebuked. You listening to men you ain't supposed to be listening to, man. You know what I'm saying? Just yet. Or you trying to chew things that men, you trying to eat on certain dishes that certain men is bringing out that you ain't ready for. While missing the nutritional things. You don't even know the initial things, but you talking about things, you know. Man, that shit crazy, man. You got something?
yeah.
No, we don't need it. We ain't gotta get it. If you wanna get it after we get that, then you got it.
Yeah, Con. Romans 13:1, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Heavenly Father.
Right.
The powers that be are ordained of the Heavenly Father. Whosoever therefore resisted the power, resisted the ordinance of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, it's like when they actually start trying to round us up. You gonna be like, why would you do? You gonna be like, why would you do this, Lord? Why? Nah, that should be to you a token of salvation, because that's a time where the Lord say He was saved. That's how you're supposed to be thinking. You're supposed to be like, wow. You're supposed to be resisting the way of the Father. That's how He works. You know? This is like when He had men rebuke you. That's how He works. You rather Him rebuke you? Well, go ahead and get that. Hebrews 10 and 31.
Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 31. It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power.
Right. There it is, man. And I think you can get that in 1 Corinthians 11 and 14. Knowing the terror of the Lord will persuade men. I think that is. It might be 11 and 5. No, not 11. Try second. Yeah, so that should be it.
11.
Yeah, 11 and 5. Jump down. Go to 14. 14 and 5. 1 Corinthians 14 and 5. Block 5 and 11. 2 Corinthians.
Con.
Go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 11.
Right.
Knowing therefore the terror of the Lord.
Meaning what? Knowing that it's fearful to fall into His hands. Like I was just saying, through the Spirit, you don't want to put yourself in a position to have your life in somebody else's hands, because you want to be stupid. Now, if you die, right, in a sense, if you will, is decided by this nigga that's out of his mind holding a barrel in your face. You know what I'm saying? It's in his hand. Because you want to argue and act like you was big and bad. Now the Lord let it go that far. So now, whether you die or not, if you will, it's decided at the hands of this nigga that's holding this gun in your face while you looking the barrel eye to eye. And now you thinking like, you know, it can go that far, man. Look, be angry, sin not. Your anger could lead you to getting in that situation. You weren't supposed to go that far. Your anger could lead you to you arguing with niggas. If you see somebody ain't got the tongue of the learned, you supposed to depart from them anyway, man. You're gonna keep sitting here arguing with this dude for, man. But then eventually you push him. Yeah, try me, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And he up on you.
Exactly.
Well, before he upped on you, when you pushed him, you sinned. You went off. They say give place to wrath.
Give not place to wrath.
No, give place to wrath. That's it.
Okay, it's locked in.
Get that real quick. Give place to wrath. I think that's in Corinthians. It's in the 6th chapter or the 12th chapter. Romans. Sorry.
Romans chapter 12 and 19.
Yep.
Dearly beloved,
Right.
avenge not yourselves,
Right, man.
but rather give place unto wrath.
Right. So you give place to wrath, meaning what? Not your wrath,
Right.
but Heavenly Father's wrath. That's why we ain't whooped that dude's head when he did what he did, when he threw the thing in the street. This is wisdom supposed to meet you at every thought. Cause yeah, it makes me angry. You know what I'm saying? But give place to wrath. Get these. Here it is. You talking about these people get destroyed for what they doing? Well, you gotta give place
To do so.
yeah, to happen. Somebody do you crazy. Sometimes you don't need to do nothing. Now if he would have hit one of us, that's different. He went far with that, I ain't gonna lie. That was at that time, I'm saying. You know, spirit is updated now, but even still, you can still not do nothing. Because that just give an opportunity, that makes way for a straight supernatural judgment to come to this dude.
Exactly.
By you not doing nothing. Now if we would have just whooped his head, what's the point of the Lord doing something to where he, you know, he see that, okay, these was men I shouldn't even play with. Because it's on such that level. Niggas get beat up every day. That don't change niggas. But if he would have left, and we don't know what happened to that dude. Something probably happened to him. I'm sure something happened to him. And if it ain't happened yet, it's about to. His car, he probably, you know, something just supernatural. To where he know the Lord was talking to him, and those was his men. Because this was clearly a response to what I just did to those men, right? You know? What's that scripture? Matter of fact, get that real quick. So yeah, we got to give place to wrath. Then we'll go back to that 2 Corinthians 5. Jeremiah 23 and 20.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 20. The anger of the Lord shall not return
Right,
until he have executed,
right,
until he have performed the thoughts of his heart.
right,
In the latter days ye shall consider it perfectly.
right. So these people gonna get it, man. So it's a time coming where these people gonna actually understand what we understand. Through what? Through the judgments. Matter of fact, get that in that's in Isaiah 3 and 26, I want to say that is. It might be 2 and 26. When night judgments are on the earth. No, that ain't it. That's go to 2. Well, you know it might be. If it ain't in this, it's in Jeremiah. Yeah. You got it. When night judgments are on the earth, put the judgments in the earth. What is that? It might be Isaiah 1. Might be one of those. Judgments, plural. Yep, in the earth. These dates are funny, man. Cartoon character.
26 and 9.
26 and 9. Slide. Yep. Is that it? Let me see. Yeah, that's it. My bad.
No, got to up. Isaiah chapter 26 verse 9. With my soul have I desired thee in the night. Yeah.
Right, that's it. Night is when what? We ain't doing this no more. Go ahead.
It says, yeah, with my spirit within me
Yep.
will I seek thee early.
Right, because basically you're supposed to think about the vengeance of at the end, which the Lord gonna bring when He turn away His face. So He like, I know night coming. It's been said through many prophets, disciples, whatever, right? That it's gonna be crazy when it's dark out, man. And when it's dark out is when this is not coming out. So Jeremiah said, Isaiah said, I want to seek you early. That's why I'm doing it now, because we already know about this nighttime that's about to come, man. And that's when it's crazy, right? And that's dealing with what? Getting right. Ignore all and just survive. Because if you don't get right before that night come, oh my goodness, you got it.
Isaiah 28 and 26 and 9.
And we real close, man. Go ahead.
It says, with my soul have I desired thee in the night.
Go ahead.
Yeah, with my spirit within me will I seek thee early.
Right. Before that night comes, which is the time of now. Go ahead.
For when thy judgments are in the earth, the inhabitants of the world will learn righteousness.
Right. So that's why it's better for us to not be angry and sin not and give place to wrath. Right? Because then these people will be able to manifest that, you know? You give place to wrath so these people can learn. I said niggas get beat up every goddamn day and they don't learn nothing, man. You know? They say that's how Jake is. Even though dude wasn't Jake. You know? Why should I smite you? You gonna revolt more and more. You know? So it's better to just give place to wrath. You know? You can jump back to that in 2 Corinthians 5.
Yeah, kind. 2 Corinthians chapter 5.
11.
Yeah, verse 11. It says, knowing therefore the terror of the Lord,
Right.
we persuade.
Going back to the point. You know, you got it.
It says we persuade men.
Yep. So we trying to get right, trying to get you right. We trying to get ourselves right. Once the Lord correct us on something, then we correct somebody else or something. You can't you can't take the beam out of your brother's eye and not beholding the mote in your own, man. You know, the beam in your own, man. You know what I'm saying? Paraphrasing. You got it.
It says, but we are made manifest unto the Heavenly Father, and I trust also are made manifest in your consciousness.
Right, so it's clear who you should listen to. You know what I'm saying? It's clear if you should be listening to certain men. You know what I'm saying? And really, with the certain men that may be used to rebuke you, because the Lord not finna get off his throne. You sure you want to hear him? You just read it. It's a fearful thing to fall in his hands. Now, ain't no counsel, ain't no calling a brother. You got those situations where a phone call is not even an option in your head, because you know the Lord got you. It ain't nothing you can do. Lord give you a toothache, you can't call a brother in that moment, man. That's little. I ain't gonna lie, that ain't little, but it's really little. That's terrible. Only person you talking to in that moment is the Lord. Ain't no more counsel coming. Ain't no more rebuke. While people want to get mad. That's why I say blessed is the man we went over that this week, who was not offended in me. You know? Y'all shot cuss niggas out, man. You know? Y'all shot, he don't cuss niggas out. He kills them. He cuss them out and kill them. He gonna kill them. He cut them off. He cursed brothers out, man. Chastise sisters. You know? So really the man is trying to save your life, man. And his own. Because if he don't save your life, then the Lord gonna get him. Can you get that? Watch for your souls. I'm telling you, it's just to the point you gotta ignore everything, man. The goddamn women, just everything. You gotta just get in your funk, man. I don't want to say a funk, because funk in sports is associated with something bad. Maybe like you went into a funk. You just gotta get in your zone, man. You gotta get in the zone. It ain't about your zone. You need to find your zone in the zone. Say it like that. That's the point I'm gonna get back to, man. You know? Ignore everything, you know? You shut down. Yeah. Go ahead. Jump to that, and I think you could probably jump up maybe a verse. Maybe. Yeah, come. Then I'm gonna pass it on. Alright. Anyway. Started 17.
Yeah, Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 17. Obey them that have rule over you.
Matter of fact, start the previous verse.
Verse 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not.
Right. Yeah, God. See, and to do good and to communicate, forget not. That's what's supposed to be going on in the school. Then it's supposed to be communicating and doing good. That's a part of getting right. Getting right ain't just coming to the highways and doing videos. I heard a brother say that. That's a goddamn lie. You know, and keeping the laws to the best. Well, what laws? Come on, brother, throw out. What laws? You know? You know? Main thing, and one of the main things you're supposed to be saying besides just doing videos and hitting the highways, and then you gotta do videos sincerely. It ain't just meeting quotas. Lord know if you faking the funk, man. You come with 50 videos in one day and you disappear for 3 months. That shit don't cut it, man. Your heart gotta be in this, man. You know, not saying brothers doing that. I'm just saying that's it exists, obviously. You know. But what I was just about to say, more so, one of the main things you should be saying besides just doing videos and coming to the highways every weekend is what? Is being brotherly, communicating, loving one another, man. That's the main thing. That's one of the main things. You know? And a lot of reasons why a lot of brothers, which I can't wait to do a part 2 to that, the first brotherhood video that was done, you know? But it's because just like that woman that was rebuked this past week, you got people that seeking their own glory, you know? When you trying to be somebody, right, and you still ain't got over yourself, you know, you're gonna find it hard just being and being right and doing right and just pretty much making yourself a sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what you're doing. When you give up trying to be somebody or trying to have this image of trying to like top brothers or top whoever or just be this dude or whatever or this woman, you made a sacrifice. Because we ain't like we not trying to be nobody. You know what I'm saying? It's just in this regard. And once you get that mindset, oh my goodness, you can accomplish everything in this truth probably that you've been given measure to be able to get, I'll say. Once you get over being seen and caring if somebody hear you, like get in the mind, more so your mindset should be what? Our mindset should be, and I gotta get back in this, you know? Because really I noticed since getting around other brothers, my mindset kind of changed. I adjust, you know what I'm saying? And I know mutable is a word that they don't really use, but in a lot of senses, being mutable is meaning like chameleon. You know what I'm saying? Being able to, are you supposed to be able to bond with anybody? You should be able to, if you got wisdom, you should be able to find a common ground with everybody. You ain't gotta like every brother the same, but you should be able to, because how do you, think about it, and if you say that's not true, if you say you can't do that, you full of crap, because how do you survive at the plantations? So how much more somebody that's in the truth, that ain't like these F people, you know what I'm saying? And they believe the same thing you believe, if they right. Because you do got fakes in this. You know what I'm saying? So saying that to say in this, you should definitely be able to be how you need to be with every brother, man. You know, and just the brotherhood in general. And like I said, if you can, I really want to say this for the video, but that's the time we coming into. If you can pretty much get in the mindset of not wanting to be seen and like trip over what's yours and what you got and all this, now you're able to be brotherly. Now you can actually have a perfect sacrifice. It could be 50 men sleeping at your crib, you don't care. Because you're not trying to be seen, you don't care about what you got, you know. That's how the Lord expecting us to be. The Lord and this going into the next thing that need to be addressed. The Lord put a man and a woman to death. That was a part of the church, which got to be addressed because it was said that the church is just the Israelite men. That's bullshit. No, it's not. That's a goddamn lie. You know? That's why I says, when the time comes for you to be teachers, you need one to teach you again. You know? And that's saying I'm supposed to know everything I'm supposed to know at this point. That's what's supposed to be. But I don't know everything as far as what ain't been revealed or not in my measure. I'll put it like that. You know? And I'll counsel. I've reached out. I've talked to men, elder brothers, etc. Had them explain a particular scripture to me, you know? that I may have not got the clear understanding of, you know, ain't nothing proud. And look, you'll be able to do that once you get over trying to be somebody, trying to have something. Man, you can't even ask a question because you still trying to be somebody. That's why I say you gotta ignore all. You gotta once all this is gone and you just in this clear place. Man, brother, explain that, brother. Okay, yeah, brother, we get up. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, but okay, no, brother, here, have that. But brother, you hungry? I'm telling you. And then the Lord literally is just you like a motor now. So now he gonna keep you running. That's how you being provided for, cause you being how you need to be. You know. So I'm just throwing that out there through the Spirit, but we do gotta address the church thing, cause that's off. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, Hebrews chapter 13.
You got something?
The verse 16. Live.
Go ahead. You got it.
It says, but to do good and to communicate, forget not.
Right.
For with such sacrifices, the Heavenly Father is well pleased.
See? And look, sometimes if you so caught up in what you got and all, and you're gonna have your thing you got going on, whatever, but if that really become a thing to you to where, and that's your thing, you're gonna stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? And basically, in order to success, you can't successfully be a brother, be a man of the Lord, provide for, you know, be an example to the church, of the church, for the church, to the church, because you can't sacrifice this thing like you trying to be somebody, and you still paying attention to everything. You're not ignoring all, you know. You can get so in the zone where you just block out everybody and we just here. Danger can't harm you, nothing. You know what I'm saying? That exists. And that's that place Yahweh Shai was in. Yahweh Shai ignored everything, man. You know? He ignored everything that needed to be ignored. In the times where it needed to be ignored. He did it. And he survived all the way to the end. To his end. And now he has begun. The ending was just his beginning. When they killed Yahweh Shai, that was the end of the world right there. It was over with already. Because why? Yahweh Shai was reborn, right? Yahweh Shai is who? Jacob. Esau's world don't end until Jacob born. So that's when Esau's world started ending right there, 2,000 years ago. The minute they took that man, they took our Lord, our big brother, and they murdered him, man. You know, and he was able to accomplish that feat. Yes, that was a desire. That's what he had to do. He was able to get, that was objective. He had to get the job done. He was able to do it by what? By ignoring all, getting right. That's why it's written how he was fasting and doing this, humbled himself. Then when he got the brothers, he was tending to the brothers. He was ignoring everything and just tending to who he needed to. Your mother and brother stand without. He was completely focused, you know, and he completely knew everything. And he was able to do things when he was able to completely live up to his ability. Think if Yahweh Shai was bull jiving, he wouldn't have been able to rebuke that storm when they was on the sea. You know, so that's why you got to take this serious, because when the time come for you to make the next update, you probably won't be able to make it if you've been caught up in everything. You know, it's like when tests come out, you ain't been listening, studying, doing nothing, you ain't gonna be able to perform. You get on the court, you know, you trying to gather something that ain't even there. Look, he was literally on the ship sleep, and they were, you know, he was trying to get them to see, get us to see. He was on the ship sleep in the back. They was like, Master, you know what I'm saying? And he was ignoring that shit. He knew the whole time that it was happening. And he got up and he did what? He could be an angel. He got up and he did what? Just play it off, you know what I'm saying? But he got up and he did what? He rebuked the sea. He was like, man, I mean, are you without faith? You know? And they was like, what manner of man is this? Someone that got right and ignored everything to where he can perform in moments where he needs to. And he literally lived a life of that, just surviving. You know? He was like, a fish gonna come up take the penny out of his mouth and get the other penny and give it to Caesar. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua wasn't trying to be a millionaire and I gotta do this, I gotta work, I gotta do this. Brothers don't give a damn. I was at a goddamn E for like a year, 2-3 years or some shit. I didn't give a fuck. That shit was intentional. I wasn't pursuing, trying to, you know. Everything I do coming back here was for the brotherhood, man. And I gotta keep that mindset, and I can't let nobody around me change that, man. Or nothing that I'm going through. Nothing will change that. Because I already done made my decision. You know? I know what I've been signed up for. Speaking for myself, just for brothers, you know. And that ain't the case. It ain't, you know. It ain't nothing either way. You know? You just need to be able to do this. And shit. Look how much happened throughout that time. You know what I'm saying? That's how it go. How should I know one broke? I wasn't broke. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't hurting. It's about this. And that is an example of ignoring everything. And just surviving and getting right. Because really, how can you get right if you caught up in what you trying to have? Spending all your time doing that. You got something?
Nah, we can finish on the Hebrews though.
Yeah, you can finish that one time.
Yeah, kind. Yeah. Hebrews chapter 13 and 16. But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifices, the Heavenly Father is well pleased.
Yeah, you all caught up in yours. You can't be brotherly. You ain't being brotherly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, you know, it's all fake, man. Mother's try to make you convince you that you just this cold individual. And no, I'm hot. You're hot. You're hot. You're hot, man. Because when many you start getting caught up in things, and, you know, that's when it show you it's fake. And that's when you get rebuked and you learn, damn, this is more important. Damn, I am going off. Damn, that is true. And how did this happen? Because I haven't been ignoring all. I've been caught up in everything. I haven't been getting right. I'm not just surviving. Because when you doing those things, guess what? You're gonna just be going boost mode in the truth. You're gonna get, man, you're gonna go on boost mode, man. Now this ain't to tell brothers to drop their life and just, you know, so-called life, drop things they probably need to get. It's not to say that, but just take what you can understand that won't be over righteous and try to apply it. I can put it like that. Okay? You got it. Was there more on there?
Yeah, kind of.
Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 17, it says, obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls.
Right. So if a man being used to rebuke you, is rebuking you, it's just to save your life. Because he like, yo, the Lord will get, basically like, yo, the Lord will get you, or the Lord will send demons on you, or send demons on us, or this can end us up in a jam. That's the whole point. You know? That's how it's supposed to be. It's like, yo, the Lord don't like how you moving right now, man. You know? And see, people that ain't truly of this cloth, they gonna get offended in that. Because they're gonna be like, who is you? You know what I'm saying? Of course you don't know. You ain't of this. Exactly. You know? Like when you go into the end of, what chapter is that? In Matthew, it say, I think that's the 10th chapter. Or is that? Nah. Try the 5th chapter and jump to the last verse. 10th chapter. Nah, that ain't it. Let's put authority. Forget what that is off the top of my head right now. 7. Yeah, con. Start second to the last.
Matthew chapter 7 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to pass when Yahushua had ended these sayings,
Right, he was basically rebuking mugs, saying what was off, etc. Right, go ahead.
the people were astonished at his doctrine.
Right, and he basically was saying like, you gotta think somebody telling you like, yo, I'm telling you what God thinks. Like you know the Most High personally or something. Got them spirits here. That's true. This is the Father on earth. You know what I'm saying? They say they're gonna call him the Father. Isaiah 9. You know? Not saying they the same entity, you know. Go ahead.
It says, for he taught them as one having authority,
See?
and not as the scribes.
Right. And see, these people really in their spirit, it's like I said, so if somebody talking to you like, yo, bro, the Lord not happy with you right now. If you're not of this, you're gonna be like, who is you? Like dude last week. But then he realized because they hear the authority, which is unfamiliar. People don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna talk to you like that. That ain't enough. You know, it's like, that's why you have to pay attention when these strangers come up, because they could be angels. Angels, when they come up with some random person come up to you and you talking about some, yeah, we've been watching. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal. You know? It's not normal. And that goes with the men that's down here all the time, that you may think to appear to be men. The whole time, this could be a man that helped made all this shit, man. He helped made your ass. You know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know. But the scriptures already say it's gonna be manifest. And every man, we are manifest in every man's conscience. It's clear. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna be like, a fool gonna be like, when they be like, yo, the Lord, man, rebuking you, yo, sister or brother, listen, man, brother, move to it, you know? You're gonna be like, if you ain't others, man, who you think you is? But if you others, you're gonna be like, and just as we already gave the edification on through the Spirit, that's someone that's really just trying to save your life. But it's gonna be ignored if that'll be perceived if you of this. But if you're not, it'll be perceived as who you think you is, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is not happy with you. Who you think you is, bro? That gotta be a fool. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else that's gonna immediately, as soon as somebody talking to you like, you're gonna be like. And then, see, it's different if somebody talking to you, but they ain't talking according to this.
Hey guys.
And they talking like that. How you doing? Good. You know? Then you're gonna be, okay, I don't know who you think you are. But if somebody talking to you like that and they know this and they getting it right. And they, you know, you're like, okay, all right, this is different. This somebody from up there. On either end, if it's a stranger you don't know, probably an angel that just came down, cloaked himself real quick, or it's an angel too. You know what I'm saying? That's on, you know, it's under that original number, man. So once again, all that's being done is men is just watching for your souls. Why? Because they know the terror of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? I know what the Lord can do to your ass. You know what I'm saying? He showed me. But see, that's why Jake made he changed his posture. That brother tipped $100 last week. I thought it was like 60 or something. It don't matter what it is. I was looking at this shit last night because it was just still in my bag and shit. I started laughing. I was like, let me hurry up and put this up for the Lord. Kill this dude. You see what I'm saying? And that's another thing, brothers caught up in money. What you doing with the Thursday? The Lord gonna kill your ass. He gonna fucking kill you. Brothers don't know they ass from their damn chin worrying about the tithe money or some shit. You don't worry about no goddamn tithe money. That's brothers' problem now. That's people's problem now. Worry about some fucking money. Money the reason you a nigga. Money the reason you a nigga. Look who face on it. It ain't you. So that mean you a nigga. Call on like how about Shmiel Shah, Brakatah. How about Shmiel Shah, Brakatah. Alright? But yeah, man. brother Korah. But yeah, you know, it was a type they had in the church. It's supposed to be types, you know. You got people, you know, they ain't even here talking about that, and that's things above people's measure. That's a government. Don't you understand that? You know? But the point being, jump back to that, I think the Lord's gonna kill that dude.
Yeah.
You just a nigga or something he said. You know? And then it's crazy because damn, what was said? He said something crazy to where basically, it was caught that he had said, like how I was saying that the Lord's probably gonna kill him. I didn't even hear him say that, even in the moment, no on the playback. But it was caught that he had said, I don't know when the Lord can take me. I was like, damn, I didn't even hear that. Cause I didn't say that because I heard that. I just was like, it's clear because he was just, and then for him to, I ain't never seen nobody do, like that's complete opposite. Like how you,
Yeah, it was complete opposite.
and then you drunk and you still do it. And then why you giving money? We don't need no goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we use it. It's like,
I say it was like he was being worked on in the moment. You could see like it wasn't like it didn't seem conscious exactly. Like,
man, that job's crazy.
whatever came upon him to dig in his pocket, it, you know, pretty much it evened his situation out. 'Cause he was on his way to death, man. You can see it on him, and that's what he was talking about. You know, he said his mother and his brother passed in the last few weeks,
and
so he out.
And he said what he said about himself.
Exactly. See, he said, I'm out drinking, trying to celebrate somebody getting a job in this world. So it's, you know, it's just madness going on in that situation. It evened out, and his whole countenance completely like mellowed out at a point, and he received a little bit more. You know,
He's like, my name Matthew.
exactly.
Yeah, man, it's heavy. See, he thought, like, he was on that number at first. Like, who is you? But off common sense, you're gonna be like, somebody reading the Bible, know it, and talking like with authority, you're gonna be like, yo, don't nobody do this. Don't nobody talk like this. How you gonna teach this like you got authority? Who are you? Right, who are you? But it's clear. It's clear in every man's conscience. And that hit everybody. You got moments where people gonna try to fight against it,
Right.
but if they know you truly are the Lord, and you rebuking them, you correct, you going about it right, and you just standing firm, you might even check him. Like he was, and I was,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He think he could touch me or I can't touch him. No, Jake,
Exactly.
listen, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know that's how Jake be talking. Some Jakes, most Jake, but he couldn't deny it. You know? He couldn't, it's undeniable. So he was like,
Exactly.
you know? But what else could he have done? Because he low key, that was worthy of death what he did. He told him, that's why the brother got mad. That's right.
No, exactly. And it's you know, it's all about the spirit. But the first part of it, of the video, it didn't even record. The file was corrupted, and the way he came up, as I remember, was
You got most of it though.
yeah, exactly.
That's how I remember it.
But literally the part when he came up it was just a few maybe a minute at the most long. But that
that's
part,
why it's like, what's the knowledge? What's the struggle, brother?
exactly that part.
What's the struggles, brother? Struggle, brothers. Brothers. He's like, what's the struggle, brothers? And he ain't like the answer he got.
Exactly.
He's like, if I ask you a question, he's like, answer. I was like,
Yeah, definitely all that shit. Yeah.
Jake think they got authority. But see, that's the difference. He was talking like he had authority, and I was talking like I had authority. But the difference is what? You don't know this.
No authority not backed. No backing.
Isaiah 8:20. You know, ain't no light in you. You can get it. Did you finish that in the Hebrews?
A little bit more on it.
Okay, we jump back, and then Get the church thing, that'd be it.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word,
Right.
it is because there is no light in them.
Right. See? And see, they even know that. They know the difference between us and them. They be like, well, you speaking according to that. But I'm not. So at the end of the day, there's a give. Even if they try to like still fight, well, they might just need death. You know? But it's gonna be clear who's right. You can talk loud all day. I can talk loud all day. But who's speaking according to this and correct? That's what it come down to. It don't come down to nothing else. You know? And then really at that point, whoever got this shouldn't even be continuously talking with that person that's not getting it. That's why he was like, no, brother, wait. And I was like, all right, let's go.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? He was like, nah. Laura's probably finna kill him, man. Please, brother. He couldn't articulate himself. All our people know is money and gifts. You know? That's why I looked at it, I was like, man, take it. Because I'm not finna take it. I'm not, that's, how you gonna make our conversation about that?
About that, exactly.
That's why I couldn't take it. That was the move in that moment. And he respected it, he know that. Like, well, if I'd have been like, I'd like a little hoe or some shit or whore. You know what I'm saying? You know, hell no. It wasn't like, I'm on some boss mob shit, yeah, give it to one of my men. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that wasn't the move. A gift blinded the heart. So if we gonna take it, here, brother, take that. And the only reason we took it, because that's scriptural. He gave drink. You know what I'm saying? That dude gave $100 drunk. People don't even get $5. Lord's gonna kill that dude, man. You know? Possible. Lord probably gonna save him. That's crazy off that. He gonna remember what he did. Because it ain't given to every brother to teach. So what can he do? You know? He probably sincere. He just, you know, Jake's simple. Lord know his sheep, man. He's like, Yahshua.
Yahshua.
Yeah, anyway.
Saying that he had put himself in, you know what I'm saying, like, before coming up. You know what I'm saying? He was with a Jake that really wasn't, like, trying to beat her with him. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake had, like, walked off. You know what I'm saying? So, like, who he around could, you know what I'm saying, be his downfall or his demise as well.
Yep. You got it, brother.
Hebrews 13 and 16.
See, it's all about just survival. You know? It was storming, we just have to survive. You might get a little wet, just survive. You know? Go ahead.
Hebrews 13 and 16. But
as long as you make it, man. Go ahead.
But to do good and to communicate, forget not. For with such sacrifice, the Heavenly Father is well pleased.
See, that was a high-level demon right there. She walked past, smiled, and it was real believable. But if she had Edomite, it's fake. Because you're not even real. You're a figment. You know what I'm saying? So if I smile back, which I did, I immediately got to snap back in. Because you being tested right now. We out here. You're like, yeah, you say you all locked in. How about this nice smile that looks so sincere I can give you? I smile back. But I was like, wait. Yeah, these people, you can't trust these people. As soon as you be nice, you got to go back into that disposition. You know? Once again, it's a plan. You got it. Mm-hmm.
I feel tested, since you said that, if I really by the Spirit, that's just the other day I had a job and I was hoping to I couldn't find out he was a so-called deacon in the Catholic Church. And he was talking about he had like 3 different heart attacks all within like the past like 3 years. And he was as I was leaving, he didn't give me a tip. A bigger tip than I usually do. I said, you know. So I took it, but he was like, at the end, he was like, pray for me, you know. He was like, you're gonna be in my prayers. He was like, pray for me. And I was like, And as soon as I got in the car, I was like, I pray that the Lord kill you. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, after pray for you, Lord, like, you're gonna be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I was prepared for. Yeah. I say that just because you think like that makes sense.
Yeah, get that real quick. Jeremiah 7:14.
This is Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 14. Therefore will I do unto this house, which is called by my name, wherein ye trust, and unto the place which I gave to you and to your fathers, as I have done to Shiloh. And I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim. Therefore pray not thou for this people,
Right.
neither lift up cry nor prayer for them,
Right.
neither make intercession to me,
Right.
for I will not hear thee.
Right. So if you going off, you ain't right. You know what I'm saying? The person going off not right, the Lord ain't no. You know what I'm saying? That's for His own people. So how much more for that devil? You know, ain't no intercession for them. There's certain people you can't mediate for. You can't mediate for a 2/3. No, Lord, save him. He a good brother. No, brother, no, Lord, she just nasty. She's just nasty, Lord. You gotta understand, Lord. Jake could literally try to talk to the Lord like that if they could. That's how Jake is. No, he a little freaky, Lord. You know what I'm saying? That's how Jake is. Jake crazy like that.
Can't help himself.
Fucking embarrassing. Simple ass niggas, man.
I got a first scripture.
Go ahead.
It's like, just to add to the point, it's Proverbs 28 verse 9. It says, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination.
Yep. Where you at again? Proverbs?
Yeah, kind
What?
28 and 29.
Con.
I bring that out because Psalms 50 and 16 going down to 17 let you know the wicked, you know what I'm saying, castigate the Lord's word, you know what I'm saying, his laws behind his back, and that wicked being the Edomites. So your prayers are already an abomination. The Lord ain't hearing none of that.
Right. Yeah, Con, you got some? You got some more?
Yeah, it's a little bit more in the Hebrews.
All right, Con.
Hebrews 13.
We're gonna get like 3 scriptures on the church thing, that'd be it.
Verse 17, it says, obey them that have the rule over you,
Right.
and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls.
And it's clear who watching for your soul. You know, if your mom tell you to go out, baby, just go get you a college education. Baby, just go get your job and just work. Baby, just find yourself, or whatever. You know, damn well she ain't watching for your soul. Man. If you hear a brother that tell you like, look, brother, you this, you that, brother, you can't do this. He show you the scripture. Brother, you need to, when you out, you need to, you know what I'm saying? That's somebody literally watching for your soul. Brother, watching your footsteps, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't take those people for granted, man. Most of these people don't give a damn. You know? You can be, in the middle of the street. You know, damn head leaking, brains coming out of your head, and these people will be recording you. You know what I'm saying? Period, man. Damn, shit. Somebody watching for your soul is, yeah, bro, I'm about to get her. Yo, brother, that's somebody's wife, bro. Don't do it. Stay away from her. You can get anybody else, bro. Too many women for that.
Hello, how you doing?
All right. You get it's too many women for that. But instead, you'll have another brother that tell you, so-called, that'll tell you, man, yeah, but man, damn, bro, she bad. She got a friend?
Exactly.
Other brother like, nah, bro, don't do that. It's adultery, man. You know what I'm saying? He give you the whole rundown, whole breakdown. Don't do that, man. That's somebody watching for your soul, man. You looking at him like you crazy, man. You know? She just had a baby, bro. Don't deal with that. You know, now if the dude dead, he probably even go, cause it's gonna be like that anyway. It ain't like every brother gonna get a woman that was outright his. It ain't gonna be like that. But if the brother really care, it's gonna be levels according to this of him going into it, and then depending on how many levels he go into it with you on, shows how much he care. You know, And then every brother ain't got the measure to go that far. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean he don't care because he only gave you 2 levels. That's probably all he know. Or at least he told you that he watching for your soul. You know? Which is in regards if it's somebody over you, as the scripture say. Like that dude. We're talking like, yo, bro, some of your enemies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he'll go get with another Jake. Jake be like, yeah, let's go get with him. And he'll be like, what you think, bro? You don't even know me, bro. You don't even know me, bro. That's how Jake be. I always think you know something, bro. That type shit. You know? If any man among you seem to be wise in this world, let him become a fool that he may be wise, man. You know? You got it.
Yeah, continuing verse 17, it says, For they watch for your souls as they that must give account,
That's the point.
that they may do it with joy and not with grief,
Right.
for that is unprofitable for you.
Right. They got to give account. So they trying to save your soul, but at the end of the day, really, they own soul. You know what I'm saying? A man trying to tell you don't do this or do this or do that. He trying to save his own soul, man. If he don't tell you, he out of there. He just let the brother just go. Man, what you think? The Lord gonna pull up on that dude? He knew, you know. That's it on that. So let's get the church thing. All right. So to say, what does the word church mean? Right. Now, if that's the case, how could it just be just men? Just off of that. Okay. Now, real quick, get 1 Timothy 3 and 5. Also get 1 Timothy 3 and 5, and also get I want to say that's 1 Corinthians 12. No, it's 1 Corinthians 16 and 19. 1 Corinthians 16 and 19. We're going to kick it off with that one. And that 1 Timothy. Okay. Also hold Ephesians 5. We get there too. We're going to start at verse 22. Alright. 1 Timothy, what I say, 3 and 5? Yeah. Alright, so let's kick it off. So hold Ephesians 5 and 22. We're going to read through. Hold 1 Timothy 3 and 5. Hold, what was that? 1 Corinthians 16 and 19. And we got one more to cap it off. The one that I say we got to cap it off, I ain't called yet. So remind me, just in case it don't get brought out. Gotta hear that scripture. Go ahead.
When we starting it?
Started, kick it off with the Ephesians.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 5 and 23.
Go ahead.
Verse 20.
Start at 22.
Yeah, Verse 22, it says, Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. Verse 23, for the husband is the head of the wife.
Now what is your Hawashah? Get real quick, get Colossians 1 and 18. It's going to say it in this chapter, but just to get it real quick.
This is the book of Colossians, chapter 1, and verse 18.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the head of the body.
Right. See? Go ahead. Which is what?
The church.
There it is. And what's the church again? The gathering of the Israelites, right? All right, jump back.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands,
Right.
as unto the Lord.
Now watch this. So, what is the body to the Lord? What is the nation of Israel to the Lord? Jeremiah 6 and 3.
Con. Jeremiah chapter 6 and verse 3. The shepherds with their flocks.
Started to.
Verse 2, it says, I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Right, there it is. So it's a woman. And he also tells us, I am married unto you. To back that up. Matter of fact, so the Lord is his woman. His woman was put away from him, which we went into that in Hosea, the 2nd chapter, in the class. All right, so I have to understand. Go ahead and jump. You don't need that Jeremiah 6 and 3, 2 no more. Jump to 1 Corinthians 5. And then we're going to get Revelation. We're going to jump back to Ephesians. All right? Forget why it's written like this. It's a lot. 2 Corinthians. Start at verse 18. Previous page.
First, 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 18. And all things are of the Heavenly Father, who hath reconciled us to himself by Hamashiach Yahushai.
Right. See that? Reconcile. Who? The Israelites, which is what? The daughter of Zion, which is who? The Lord's woman. A comely and delicate woman, his wife. That's why I say reconcile. They're getting back together. But he did that through who? Yahushai. See that? So that's why it's a body. Because you got the head and then you got the body. You put them back, you put them together. You see what I'm saying? That's that reconciling. See that? Go ahead. And the body is what? The church, which is the Israelites. Which is a woman, the Lord's woman. And the head being Yahushua, who is playing on, he's on the part of the Most High. See that? So that's why the head being put with the body is pretty much a play on the Lord being put back with his woman. You know what I'm saying? Not the Lord as far as Yahushua, but the Father. Right? It's gonna say it. Go ahead.
Yeah, 2 Corinthians chapter 5 and 18. And all things are of the Heavenly Father.
Right.
Who hath reconciled us to himself by Hamashiach Yahushai.
That body and the head. Go ahead.
And hath given to us.
And we ain't put back with the Lord just yet. Because Yahushai ain't back yet. Right? Go ahead.
And hath given to us the ministry of reconciliation.
Right. Getting back with his woman. Go ahead.
It says, to wit, that the Heavenly Father was in Hamashiach.
Woo! Go ahead.
Reconciling the world unto himself.
That's it. Did you finish the verse?
A little bit more.
Go ahead.
It says, not imputing their trespasses unto them, and hath committed unto us the word of reconciliation.
Because through the trespasses, Israel is basically compared to a woman that go off on her husband. You know what I'm saying? Which is why we went into Hosea, the 2nd chapter. Very important to know and understand. You can jump to Revelation 22. And you can jump to 22 and 7. Start 21 and 2.
Yeah, kind. Revelation chapter 21, verse 2. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from the Heavenly Father out of heaven.
Now, who is that? That's Israel. That's the woman. The Israelites. The elect that was saved. Go ahead.
It says, prepared as a bride,
Right.
adorned for her husband.
Right. And who's the bride? Israel. The Israelites. The church. The body. Who's the bridegroom? The head. Yahushua. That's that put back together. So that's going to be completed once Yahushua come back and we put back with him when we get on the chariots. All right. I want to rock the talk. Go ahead. We be at that number. Go ahead.
Verse 3, it says, and I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold,
That's it. Yeah, that's it. So you can jump back to Ephesians 5. So now you should understand that why it's written like this.
Ephesians 5, chapter 20.
And all that was just to understand this part. Not going into what the church is. Who the church is, that's it. But go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 22, it says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
Right. Go ahead.
It says, for the husband is the head of the wife, even as
See?
Hamashiach is the head of the church.
See? Period. So women are involved. It's just that simple. You know what I'm saying? Just off of that. Right? Keep going.
And he is the savior of the body.
Right. So what the church is to Yahushua, which is his body, is what the relationship the body has with the head, hence the church has with Yahushua, is the relationship is being put in the same breath of the relationship between a man and a woman, an Israelite man, a married Israelite man, and a married Israelite woman. Who are married to each other, I should say. You know? Making sense? Go ahead. It's gonna get clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, converse.
Because if you had to explain it, you could just use what was just brought out in this, and that'll be it. But we're gonna get clear with. Go ahead.
Verse 24, it says,
It
therefore,
don't take 50,000 scriptures to explain something. That's not necessarily either. Especially when it's true. You only need 2 or 3. It's just sometimes you could just, if you got that message, you can go into it that much because it's throughout the scriptures that much. That's the only reason. But you don't have to do that. Go ahead.
Ephesians 5 and verse 24, therefore,
It's like showing somebody the Gentiles was. That's a whole nother thing. But I'll say that. Go ahead.
yeah, Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 24, therefore, as the church is subject unto Hamashiach, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything.
Right. Go ahead.
Husbands, love your wives.
So why would the women be put on the level like that, like the church? Basically, the woman is in the stead of the church, who is said to be put back with Yahushua. See that? If she's not involved in the church, wouldn't make no sense, because she is. That's why. Go ahead.
Kind.
Remember when Yahushua came, he was putting men in order, the ones that were teaching order, and the women in order. This woman up here talking to him, and she got a husband. But he's like, wait, you ain't me a husband. You know what I'm saying? Why was he doing that if they wasn't held to nothing? They weren't of this. Because they are. They're of the church. We're going to prove it. Keep going.
Ephesians 5 and 25, husbands, love your wives,
Go ahead.
even as Hamashiach also loved the church
Right.
and gave
See?
himself for it.
See? Go ahead. Women of the church, man. Go ahead.
It says that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Just because a woman is not to teach don't mean she's not in the church. That's a whole nother thing. That's not her role in the church. That's why she told to be quiet when in the churches. It's that simple. They don't understand that. Yeah, the church starts with the men, but it ain't complete without the woman. Period. Just like your house ain't complete without the church, which consists of women. Go ahead.
It says,
Shit, your house was born of a woman. So how the hell a woman ain't part of the church? Don't even make sense. Go ahead.
it says that he might sanctify and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word.
Say neither is the man without the woman, right? You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. They got their role in this. They just need to learn their damn role and shut the fuck up. That's when cursing in season, man. When you need to shut the fuck up. Shut up, man. 'Cause it's life or death. So it's straight like that. All right? Go ahead.
In verse 27, that he might present it to himself a glorious church.
Right. Woo! Man. Woo! See that? So your wife is like the church. Like what we are the house size, what your wife is to you. Which is what? A church. You see? A body. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it says, not having spot or wrinkle
Yeah.
or any such thing.
Yeah. That virgin. That Chad's virgin. That's what Paul said his desire was to present us to your house size as a Chad's unblemished virgin. See that? Go ahead.
But that it should
And
be
ultimately, why? Because that church, hence the Lord's body, is his wife. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have that on point. You're gonna teach that. You're gonna groom that up. You're gonna get that right. Because it's of you. It's literally his body. You know? Go ahead.
kind. It says,
Then the one flesh. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, kind.
It's the one flesh. When y'all become one flesh, who take what part? Who take what? Who take what role in the body? Who take one role in the flesh? Out of the man and the woman.
The head, the man.
The man what?
He takes the flesh on. He takes and become
What
one.
part of the flesh do we take on? What part do each party take on? What part does the man take on? What of that flesh? What part does the man take on, and what part does the woman take on?
The man, the head,
Right.
and the woman in the body.
Right. That's simple. Go ahead.
It says, but that it should be holy and without blemish.
Go ahead.
So ought men to love their wives as their own bodies. He that loveth his wife loveth himself.
Right. What verse you in?
Verse 28.
Yeah, that's it. All right, jump. Is there more? Yeah, that's it. Oh shit, you might as well. Go ahead, just read it through.
Yeah, verse 29. It says,
say it. Go ahead.
for no man ever yet hated his own flesh.
It's past the point, but just to get what I said earlier. Go on.
It says, but nourisheth and cherisheth it,
Right.
even as the Lord the church.
Right.
For we are members of his body,
Right.
of his flesh,
Right.
and of his bones.
Right.
For this cause shall a man leave his father and mother.
Meaning what? The church can't function without Yahushua, and Yahushua can't function without the church. But that's the Lord's. He went out his way to show that the relationship between the Israelite man and the Israelite woman is on the same level. It's so crazy, man. So the man can't necessarily function without his wife because she's there as support. Don't the body hold the head up? You know what I'm saying? You take my body off from underneath my head will fall. Who would Yahushua have the rule with? Put in order. If there was no, that's all important. But go ahead. It was something clear I wanted to say, but it's all right. Go ahead.
Yeah, and it says, and they two shall be one flesh.
Right. See? There it is. See? That's it. Go ahead.
This is a great mystery, but I speak concerning Hamashiach and the church.
It might be too high up. See that? So that's really telling you what? There's women in the church. Basically, you have men. This was really what this was revealing you. You had men that was on some He-Man Woman Hater Club stuff. But he had to go out his way to show like, yo, them the daughters of the Lord. You better chill. Let me show you how important they are. You know what I'm saying? You bug the hell out. You can't, that's why I say you gotta watch what you be listening to, man, while you learning it initially. Cause you'll hear elder brothers, elder bishops, elder apostles say what? Shit, we could bring up, without the Israelite woman. You know what I'm saying? You in that mindset. Now you out here saying stuff you don't even understand. That's why I say, don't be at peace with many, but yet have one counselor, man. A lot of times you be listening to brothers that may be going off at the moment. You would never know if, but that's what you gotta have a counselor for. And if it's a real counselor, he gonna know. And if he don't know, he gonna get the answer. That's how it works. It's actual counselor stuff. This is a business. This is a department of business. It's supposed to run and function. Say when you about to bring something out, you better make sure you got that breakdown. Cause I said if we was really under the banner of GMS and brothers just got, let's just say, presumptions for whatever reason, you just put a video out and it came out madness, you would end up out the camp, and that can happen here. You don't want to move according to the wisdom. Make sure you got the understanding. Okay, but anyway, let's get the next scripture. First Timothy 3 and 5. Brother, you can read, brother. Shit, really everybody up here. Whoever want to read, don't matter. Then after this, I'm gonna pass it on.
Got it? 1 Timothy 3 and 5.
1 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 5, it says, "For if a man know not how to rule his own house, how shall he take care of the church of the Most High?"
Right. See?
Matter of fact, get the other one first. Well, that go in the continuity of what we just read. So yeah, man. And what your house consists of? Probably a woman. He like, you can't take care of your woman at home. How you gonna take care of the church? There's women in the church. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. If you will, but if that's not clear enough for you, let's get another one. Let's get the next one. See that? You better be sincere. You got the next one. 1 Corinthians 16 and 19. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 19, it says, "The churches of Asia salute you, Aquila and Priscilla."
Who?
Aquila and Priscilla.
No, just Aquila.
Aquila and Priscilla.
Priscilla is his wife. Go ahead. A woman. Go ahead. An
says-
Israelite woman. Go ahead.
Salute you much in the Lord,
Right.
in your house shop, in your house bashing shop.
Yeah. See?
It says, "With the church."
See?
that-
With the who?
With the church.
Aquila and Priscilla. See that? Go ahead.
It says, "With the church that is in their house."
Yeah, that shit be really pissing me off. You got brothers that really try to take on a disposition like really women not of this. So we just all gay as hell up here then. I'm not with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not up here to be, man, you got me fucked up. Try to take on the disposition of the elders because they so open women. They've been dealing with women for years and the truth and then years on earth. And now you want to take on, like, you don't even understand. So, but you speak from their perspectives as if you understand. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the goddamn he man woman haters club, man. This is not that. We ain't with the women being out of order. We with women in their right order, man. Yeah, to hell with Eve. That's with the damn so-called white man. Yeah, these women are out of order. Yeah, these ain't real women. You know what I'm saying? But you do got women that's of the church that's gonna try. It's just that simple. Okay? You got it. You finished? We got one more. Acts 8 and 1. So it's that simple.
Acts chapter 8 and verse 1. "And Saul was consenting unto his death.
Right.
And at that time,"
Matter of fact, get the scripture that say persecuted the church, and then we get that. Concerning zeal, persecuting the church, something along those lines. So you could put concerning zeal. Come up. I'm just being damn busy, bro. I got a scripture. Go ahead.
This is Philippians chapter 3 and verse 6.
Go ahead.
Concerning zeal,
Yep.
persecuting the church.
Right. Who is talking right now? Paul. So he's like, when it come to being on fire, being turned up for the Lord, I persecute the church. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul at the time, he thought he was doing right. Right? You finish the verse?
A little more.
Come on.
It says, touching the righteousness which is in the law, blameless.
Right. He's like, I kept the law. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. That's it?
Yeah, kind
Go ahead, brother.
Acts chapter 8 and 1.
Now, let's get when this was going on by Paul. Go ahead.
So
he did what? He persecuted the church, right? The church is who?
Yeah, the Israelites.
No, just Israelite men.
Okay, kind of.
Go ahead. No, it's not. I wasn't seriously saying it, but go ahead. You right. Right? But like I said, keep that in your head. It's the Israelite men. Right? Go ahead.
Acts chapter 8 and verse 1. "And Saul was consenting unto his death.
Yeah.
And at that time,
Now,
there
who was this? Who was that? You don't say. Who was that? Barbershop. Go ahead.
And Saul was consenting unto his death.
Who was that? That's Paul, right. Go ahead.
And at that time, there was a great persecution against the church, which was at Jerusalem.
Right, like you just read. Who said they did that? Paul, right? When he was what? Known as Saul. So this is going into when he did that. This is the acts of when Paul did that. Go ahead.
Yeah, kind. And Saul was consenting unto his death, and at that time there was a great persecution against the church which was at Jerusalem.
Right.
And they were
So
all
this is going into the church. Go ahead.
and they were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea.
They was coming in, getting everybody that was worshiping your house outside. Was what at that time was believed to be blasphemy. Just like how they look at us now. They talking about evil, man. You know, we got scattered. Moms getting kicked out of their homes and everything. But go ahead, watch this.
Yeah, and they were all scattered abroad throughout the regions of Judea and Samaria, except the apostles
Go ahead.
and devout men.
So Yahushua already crucified at this point, back in the heavens. Chariot already came and got him. Go ahead.
And devout men carried.
And devout who?
And devout men.
Okay, devout men. All right, the apostles and devout men. Go ahead.
Carried Stephen to his burial,
Right. Go ahead.
and made great lamentation over him.
Right. Now, listen to this.
As for Saul, he made havoc of the church.
Of the what?
Of the church,
When he was persecuting the church, he was going in. Go ahead.
entering into every house and hailing men and women, committing them to the prison.
So that's the church. You know? Now this ain't for you women to get big headed like you on the same level as a man. No. You are the church though. This is that simple. So when the church was getting persecuted, people was getting pulled out of their house, as it went on to explain, which was men and women. So women were of the church. That simple. That's why I said the gathering of the Israelites. But it is started off by who? The men. You know what I'm saying? But women of it too. You know? We can't have that mindset, that disposition. That's why when the disciples seen a woman, it's like, man, send her away, man, send her, you know? Can't be in that mindset, man. You know? That was it on that verse?
Yeah, kind.
That's it. All right, so, yeah, that's that, man. So it's clear women of the church, right?
Yeah, kind.
That's simple. So yeah, man. Just to get it back going, actually I'm passing it over. So yeah, it's a lot of things going down in the spirit. We probably gonna close out in just a few, you know what I'm saying, a few more words. Been up here like 2 hours now, but yeah, man, there's confusion going on in every place. You got NATO saying that, or you got the Ukraine saying, not the Ukraine, Russia saying that they're, yeah, they not at war with NATO, man, which is a damn lie. Matter of fact, we're going ahead and get that, and then we can move on. I'm finna pass it out. 24 and 3, you know. So yeah, man. That's a rumor of war. You know, niggas lying about the war, man. Lies coming out through this war. That's the whole reason y'all war with Ukraine, Russia. So how you, cause NATO trying to make Ukraine NATO, but y'all not on that. Y'all weren't on that, so y'all was like, instead of letting them, our neighboring people, become NATO, which will mess us up, because now we just surrounded by NATO. Everywhere we look, we just gonna go blow that shit up. So how y'all not at war with NATO? Go ahead, man.
Matthew chapter 24 and 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming?
To the point. Rumors of war. 6.
Yeah, come, verse 6. And it says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right. That's simple, man. So meaning what? So that's going into that, man. You know, you're gonna hear a lot of it's a lot of agendas and lies that want to be put out and be pushed that's gonna take place according to the Lord through wars that's actually going on. You know? Because you can say anything. You know how much you can create off a war going on? Think about it. You can be like, oh, the banks gotta shut down. Oh, we gotta change our money because, and they be all lies. You got it.
Yeah, kind. That's like war. Even the thought of war causes chaos to the mind. You know, so people automatically get into that. You know, it's a certain disposition you're gonna take on if the war coming. People look into their 401ks. You know what I'm saying? People got so-called savings. People's looking at the equity of their homes. So it's easy when people's inside a chaotic state of mind to, you know, to be swayed, to be persuaded in any kind of way. So that's when Esau coming. He's dropping all of his news, you know, all his different ways through the different devices. You know, we get direct updates to our phone at this point, you know. So they say something simple, and that can cause somebody they can do as they want in that moment, just because the state of the people. And that very state is what causes the world to move, to update, if you will. And that's how everything happens. It's always an update in the spirit. And a war is one of those things that causes all types of updates, because people feel in that moment they're willing to do so more than if it's just, you know, normally going so. And the build up to it has been all of these rumors of wars. You know, Russia is literally in Ukraine right now. They're there. So it's not something that's unthinkable for them to say, for it to be a war that come next, that follow that. It's completely seeable in these people's eyes. So if that button's pushed and that rumor becomes, again, something that's solid in one's mind, that rumor could very well turn into the very next thing, whatever that may be. Them pushing out and rolling out, you know, what we know is to come, you know, the MOTV that might come that way. I'm not saying it is, I'm just saying like that's a very well easy button to be pushed in the time of chaos. It could be the furtherance of, you know, the pestilence being pushed. As they just said, it was clear, you know, for us to go back out or whatever. But in the mindset of chaos, these very things that we are talking about right now that may seem, you know, less viable, less acceptable in the time of war, people are more acceptable because we know trouble is to come. And really that's people's minds and consciousness, you know, taking note to what's reality. And the reality is that we know that America is going to be destroyed. Regardless if people want to admit that, regardless if people act like they know or, you know, see what's going on, they know this place is written for destruction. America has been lying, killing, robbing, pillaging countries all over the world for too long for the people that's here to have any other kind of mindset. So when these things come to place, we're going to see all types of things being rolled out. I'm gonna keep reading on here though. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows, and we experience all these things already at this point. You know, the pestilences, the earthquakes. I believe this morning I seen a tornado rip through a town in Missouri, Kansas, one another. You know, so we're seeing all of these natural disasters, if you will. But these are all just supernatural. Yeah, they are supernatural. You know what I'm saying natural just because that's what the world believes. But it's supernatural, and it's really those winds, you know, those winds being released upon the earth. And it's the ultimate wind that's coming is, you know, nuclear fire. You know, which is what we come out here ultimately to prophesy, you know, to the world, to tell to the world, to our people, but also to these heathens who, you know, I ain't gonna say they're not gonna hearken, but they gotta get warned too. Everybody must be warned.
I got some.
Con.
It's 2nd Ezra 16, and 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand.
Yeah, and that's covering ultimately the whole globe. And that's why, you know, his brother's out speaking all over the globe, speaking about this very, very same thing, which is the fall, for one, of America, but it's destruction coming all over the place. But ultimately, it's going to be the fall of America. And there's war into all these places because America going out, which is pretty much the head of all the confusion, that means the rest of these places that have become confederate, that has, you know, made themselves wealthy off of the deliciousness, the wealth of this place, they're going to fall too. Because what are they going to do without what's holding them up to help them continue their ways? America is the place that's pushing all, you know, of the atrocities, the thought process, you know, and all to the world. So what this place falls is ultimately the reset. And we know the reset is going to come upon the return of our Lord, Yahweh Shai. And Yahweh Shai, when he comes, he's going to set the earth back in order. You get that 29:16 Isaiah, if it's more on there.
Yeah, this is jumping to the point. It says, continuing, it says verse 20, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good chief upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Yeah, kind. And that's everything we just reading about. So it's just a continuation. Was confirmed by what the Lord said, but this is what was pre-written, you know? And we see these people, they're gonna walk on in their lives. They see us out here, we serving as a warning. But people are gonna walk on and walk forth until that time comes where, you know, there's no more warning and reality is in place. And it's already in place, it just hasn't happened yet. There's more on there.
God, I'll jump to this. This is verse 35. It says, hear now these things and understand them be servants of the Lord. Behold, the word of the Lord, and receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack.
Yeah, so we got to take heed to the word, man. And that's ultimately what we're doing by showing ourselves, you know, doing what the Lord said, hit the highways and hedges, coming out, lifting up our voice like a trumpet, and showing forth our people their transgressions so they can be warned, you know, because these times are coming. It's written. This is a book of prophecy. The book of the Bible is prophecy. It's prophetic events. We're not just talking for our, you know, just because we're talking because we believe and we know that these words are going to play out. And these people, they're going to keep walking past us, not listening, not hearkening, but they're going to be the very same people in the day of destruction who are in that confusion. They're going to be confused that day. They're going to be looking for help, and it's not going to be there. They're going to be wishing they stopped and listened, but took heed to what's being said or had time to hear the words of the Lord, but it's not going to be time for that because you're going to be in the midst of destruction, in the midst of disaster. And there's going to be nothing that you can do to escape it. Yeah, you can bring that up.
Isaiah 29, verse 16. Surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay.
Yeah. No, that's it. So this stuff that's turned upside down right now is going to be esteemed as the potter's clay, meaning the hand of the Lord. Like the Lord, he's going to come and set this place back in order. That's ultimately what we waiting for. We waiting for reality to come here on earth.
That's the episode. Yeah, that's the episode. That so-called Atlanta. That was a little dude. I ain't even had the dream.
Oh, it was crazy.
That was him.
That's it.
Yeah, but again, ultimately, we know this place is going to be flipped right side up, and that's when we're ruling, man. And this place won't be in the condition and the state that it's in, but we have to bear what we enduring right now until that time being. You can bring out what you got.
This is Sirach chapter 5 and verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for certainly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed, and perish in the day of vengeance.
Yeah, so you take no tarrying, man. There's no time like the present, man, as they say. When you hear this word, if it resides with you, because we understand everybody, you know, is not going to get this, you know. So if you're the elect, it's going to reside with you. If it does reside with you, take no tarrying to turn, because we really don't have time. We already so far behind in this world. We don't have any time to be moving back any further. and that's very much so the spirit, you know.
So you don't think so?
Yeah, kind. So make no tarry return to the Lord. Did you want to speak on that?
Because the brother had made the point, you know what I'm saying, you're not going to be able to escape, you know what I'm saying, that wrath and destruction, you know what I'm saying, if you're not taking heed, you know, so you want to take heed now, that way you can, you know what I'm saying, and be of, you know, that seal that's going to be, you know what I'm saying, under the Lord's wing, if you will, under his protection, you know, having him be your shield and buckler.
Yeah, kind. You can get Sirach 5, chapter 1.
Verse 1 again?
Yeah, chapter 5 and verse 1.
Sirach chapter 5 verse 1, it says, set thy heart upon thy goods.
It should say, set not thy heart upon thy goods. That's the F. But, you know, you don't want to set your heart on your goods. Everything that's here, you know, is ultimately going to be destroyed. So you don't want to set your heart upon thy goods, those things that you might be attending to right now, because what you need to be attending to is this word. Because without it, you're not going to be able to fare in the time of destruction. If you can get, what is it, Isaiah 33, knowledge and wisdom, 33 and 6. You got it?
Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Yeah, kind. So wisdom and knowledge. So this word is what's going to uphold you in the times where, you know, it's unstableness. You know, you're going to only be stable through having this word and abiding by this doctrine and knowing what's going on. You can read that again.
Kind. Isaiah chapter 33 verse 6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times.
Yeah, so wisdom and knowledge, it shall be the stability of our times. That's what we must hold on to, because without it, you're going to be out here lopsided. When things are being turned right side up, you're not going to know where to be, because you're going to be out of sync with reality. So wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our times. You keep on reading.
It says, and strength of salvation. Since the fear of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, is his treasure. It says, behold, their valiant ones shall cry without.
No, you can stop that.
Okay,
you get yeah, you get 3 and 17 of Revelation. And ultimately, you don't want to be inside. You don't want to be in a state of not knowing what's going on, which is the point of getting what we just read. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Because if you caught in the wrong mindset, you're not going to fare well in the time when you need it. You can get that.
Revelation chapter 3 verse 17, it says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods.
And as we just read in the book of Sirach 5 and 1, say not, you know, that you are, you know, good with what you have ultimately. You know, just paraphrasing what's being read there. You know, nothing here is going to suffice you but this word. This word is the only thing that's going to hold true in the day of destruction, the day of the Lord. You got it? You can read from the top.
I can just real quick too. You know, scripture say, 1 Corinthians 7:31, you know what I'm saying, the fashion of this world is going to pass away. You know what I'm saying? This word isn't the fashion of this world. You know what I'm saying? The fashion of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yeah, kind.
Continue here, Revelation 3 verse 17, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing. And
that's the thought process of this world currently, as you can see. You know, most people, the majority of people in the world is in this mindset. You know, they out shopping, they don't stop. We out here week in and week out prophesying the downfall of this place, and everybody else is walking around as if they don't need this. You got it?
It says, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art rich.
It says they don't know. They don't realize or know that they are unstable right now.
Right.
The whole earth is quaking right now, and we see it, but they basically can't acknowledge that. They can't take heed to that. So therefore, they're going to be caught out here ugly. But you got it.
If I can answer that too.
You got
That's why they're gonna look at this sign that says, you know what I'm saying, America shall soon be destroyed by fire. They're gonna look at it like it's something disgusting. You know what I'm saying? As if like that's not beneficial with the lifestyle they're trying to live or with the world. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth.
Yeah, we seen people laugh at this sign.
Right.
We seen people want to just take a picture of it because they think you know, it's a game. We look cool. You know, we're not trying to come out here and look cool, man. We see what's going on. You know, we see sorrow. You know, it's not even sorrow, real sorrow. We see sorrow because, you know, we know our nation, a majority of our nation is going to perish. But ultimately, it's to our well-doing, our well-being for these things to happen. Because without that destruction, our kingdom will not come, man. And we gonna be continually in this place, in the mindset that we are, hating this place, as we are commanded to do so. You can keep on reading.
Come. It says, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked.
Yeah, they wretched, miserable, poor, blind, and naked. All these things are synonymous with being unstable. You know, having no stability. They haven't been built upon anything. They've been built upon the sand. You can get that in Matthew chapter 7. They've been built upon the sand. They haven't been built upon any firm settlement. So again, once those storms come, like that's why you look for a solid base when you build it. Because without a solid base, your building is liable to fall. It's liable to become lopsided. If you go to someone's house and they have huge cracks, like in the sidewalks and stuff, it goes on and it follows down to you go into their basement. It's a leak in their basement. You know, water's coming in. That house can't stand and withhold anything. You know, really, it's a disaster. That house should never have been built because it's not going to withhold. The purpose of a house is what? Protection. You know, it's shelter, stability. All right, but if that house was built, let's say, because I've seen it happen before, a house being built in a marshy land. You know, that house will sink over time. It'll sink to the point where you got water above your windows in the basement. The whole basement, whenever it rains, it floods. You know, and if we that house, that means it's very much so the same thing. So whenever it rains and floods, you underwater. You can't float or be above water. What safety is, if you're not built upon the right things. You know, which it should be this word.
What's gonna prove you aren't?
You said what's gonna prove?
Yeah, what's gonna prove all that? When them things come.
Oh yeah, kind. The test.
What's gonna prove that? When that weather comes, when the problems come out. And the people what? Your stuff wasn't built right. I can tell you all day, but what's gonna prove it is when it rains. You know? I can tell you all day that you built that wrong.
Yeah, you know.
But what's gonna prove it is when the weather comes. Like I say, when words won't teach, adversity will. I got something real quick. This is Isaiah 44 and 25. That frustrated the tokens of the liars and making diviners mad. That turneth wise men backward and making their knowledge foolish. It says that confirmeth the word of his servant and performeth the counsel of his messengers. You know?
Yeah, kind. Yeah, it's about actually doing so, you know? So it's really about real action. Like, to stand against the test, you must be prepared for the test. And you know you was prepared for the test if you actually go forth to pass the test. So it's very much so the same as our walk. You can look the part, you can act the part, but you're gonna be truly tested in that day. And that's what's being said, is when you're gonna actually know if you are actually that part, you know, if you really in line. You got more?
Yeah. More so, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, it says the frustrated tokens of the liars and make it the diviners mad and turn the wise men backward and make it their knowledge foolish. Basically, that's what he said, you know what I'm saying? Just making sure it's clear to you, you know, when this word come out, you know, people piss, just like, but these words ain't nothing but what the thing, these words ain't nothing but the things that's gonna happen. So when these things, but see, people think they way right before that time, before these words manifest. You know what I'm saying? But once again, when words won't teach, adversity will. So when the things that the words actually consist of come to pass, you're gonna really be pissed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, kind.
You're gonna find out, yeah, that was a dumb investment. Yeah, I shouldn't have been spending my time on that. You know, make it turn to, you know, the Lord's gonna frustrate you people, man. When He make these words come to pass. And that's exactly what we're here telling you. That's why I say in the next verse, it says 26, that confirmeth the word of His servants. So we telling you, Lord, you wasting your time, yo, y'all better weep, y'all better live it up. You know what I'm saying? And what's going to, see, when you hear that, you get mad, but what's going to prove that we had it right is when the Lord confirmed these things. What's going to prove that us telling you your house was built incorrectly by not being built according to these scriptures, you're not having yourself set up and established, you know, to be okay for the times to come according to these scriptures. That's all going to be proven when those things, when the Lord confirm us telling you that, man. He going to confirm that. He going to confirm the word of His servants. He's doing it, and it's in process now. Just to finish, that's it. Say 26. And performeth the counsel of His messengers, that saith to Jerusalem, thou shalt be inhabited, and to the cities of Judah, ye shall be built, and I will raise up the decayed places thereof. So yeah, man, and it's bad news for you. Everybody that's not of the elect, man. And ultimately, if you're not an Israelite, it's bad news for you, man. You know? It's ugly for you. Okay? So you Jakes just need to get yourself established to be able to receive what we about to be built up. You know? That's basically it. And the Lord confirming all that now. Because when something about to be rebuilt, it's usually a demolishing that take place. You know?
Yeah, that's perfect. It's gonna be a lot of buyer's remorse. Yep. Things you buying into, it's gonna be very remorseful in that day. And you had the message, the warning, men about who could have told you what to buy into. But actually they had what you should have actually been buying.
People,
and it's free.
Man, and that's coming out. They say people talking about all these exoduses that's happening in these cities because everything getting too expensive. So they try another city for whatever purpose they may be going. But just to keep it on the expense, it might be cheaper. They try cheaper. The home, like say the home too cheap, too expensive in the where they from. So a lot of people moving south. So for example, LA, too expensive. A lot of people moving to Texas. Now it's been reported that the markets on Houston, they becoming unaffordable. And that's the deep dirty south. You know what I'm saying? So it's you know.
I was exactly what the elder is speaking of. Silicon Valley was originally in California. It was moved to Texas. Well, it's starting to be rebuilt there. It's a lot of major tech companies being built up there, and that's a huge part of why those expenses getting higher, because there's more expensive stuff there, and that's the whole point. Like everybody flocks. People are flocking to the same places, and it's causing that very same outcome wherever you go. So that's those abiding by the ways of this world. They're dealing with those things now. Again, buyer's remorse. You're buying into the wrong things, and there's not too much to buy into right now outside of this truth, man. That's the only thing that's cracking right now, man. You can get that.
I got something real quick to say that.
Yeah, come on.
Isaiah 55 and 1. It says what? Ho, everyone that thirsty, come ye to the waters, and he that hath no money, come ye buy and eat. Yeah, come buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do you spend money for that which is not bread?
Yeah, kind.
And your labor for that which satisfies not. Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delight itself in fatness.
God, that's just a perfect let me back off of everything we just pretty much covered. You buying into all the wrong things. This is free, man. We're not charging for what we speaking up here, and this is actually the right thing.
Oh, that's no bad. Damn, he a demon. God damn, that's simple. Wow, the horn, yeah, he looked me dead in my eye. He filled with demons. That's him. That's simple. Damn.
Nah, that's just like it. That can't be. It's his hair short. Something hair short.
You said his hair short?
Since his hair is short.
Well, he ain't got no phone in his head, you said?
Wow.
Man, that looks just like him, and he walk like him.
Definitely walk like
I
definitely
said,
walk
that
like
shit's scary.
It fooled me when you said it, because I was like, huh?
But yeah,
That's crazy. Wow, he looked me dead in my eye. I'm like, and they didn't look like him at first either. I was
Right.
like, but it did. I was like, wait, why you looking at me like that? I'm like, oh, that's simple. You know what I'm saying?
that'd be crazy though.
Yeah, kind of.
You have to see him.
I seen him from the back. I seen how he's walking. I really believe that was him because
Yeah,
I didn't see
no,
the
like I
face.
said, when you said it, I'm sitting there kind of disbelief because I'm like, how? But I'm like, nah, it can't because like I just seen. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
He had that
Might
smug
nudge
look
me.
on his face,
Yeah,
like,
kind.
I was like, look, too, how he's walking.
Similar demon for real.
like
got
what's so
little-
funny, demon?
Right.
That's how I figured it was him.
Kind.
Cause he had the smirk on his face, like,
Kind.
ha ha ha, nigga.
Nah, see,
Got a
I
little
said,
woman with him. So called woman.
I say he'd be too scared to come here because you know we out here.
I mean, and shit, that was an accident.
Right.
It ain't like that
Right.
would have been planned.
Exactly. Especially where we at. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like
Right.
some open out.
It ain't like he watching. That nigga ain't think about it. Man.
Good.
I don't know. But yeah, you said it ain't him. It ain't him. Then.
Kind.
Fucking got Bishop to the point.
Yeah, you got it.
This is Matthew chapter
Go ahead, hop in, bro. What's cool?
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 20. It says, "But lay up for yourselves."
Salaki.
Caught the world. Matthew 6 and 20 says, "But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal."
Been up for like 10, 20 more minutes.
Really, Salaki, I'm gonna start at 19. Matthew 6 and 19 says, lay not up for yourselves treasures upon earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Con. And, I grabbed that just to add to the brother's points. You know what I'm saying? That they had made. You know what I'm saying? Pertaining to you investing in the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're investing in the things of this world, you know what I'm saying, being the things that are upon earth, you know what I'm saying, that's where moth and rust is going to corrupt. You know what I'm saying? That's because again, it's the fashion of this world. You know what I'm saying? We know it's going to pass away. It's perishable. You know what I'm saying? If you investing in and having your treasures in the heavens, that's going to lead to, them withstanding the times, you know what I'm saying, where these are going to, because we know, you know what I'm saying, the we know the Lord going to come in as a thief in the night, and we also know that when he turned up the, you know what I'm saying, the knob on Jacob's trouble, you know what I'm saying, you're going to have mugs, you know what I'm saying, trying to steal whatever they can, you know what I'm saying, but they can't steal this. They can't steal this word, you know what I'm saying? And that's why you want to invest in this, because that's what's going to lead to you being able to obtain salvation.
Kind. And to have treasures in heavens, to have treasures in heavens, you gotta be adding them now when you can. You know, you're not gonna be adding up treasures. And it's a night that comes when no man can work it. It's a time that's coming when you're not gonna be able to do that. You're not gonna have the time to. You know, if you basically, it's just like a regular bank account. I ain't saying like a regular bank account because obviously it's the voted bank account in the heavens, which nobody can get into. But if you didn't put money into it and you try to go to the bank to get something out, it's not gonna be there. You know, so you got to be adding into that bank account now. It's a time for everything. It's time to be building up in that bank account, but it's gonna be a time where that, it's too late to get in. That's why we're telling you to buy in now, invest now, so you don't have buyer's remorse. Buyer's remorse gonna come from everything you invest into here and believing in it, and then the day of destruction come and nothing's there. For your investment failed. It's gonna be a failed investment. That was it. You got it.
I got the sister code.
You got it.
John 9:4 says, "I must work the works of him that sent me, while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work."
Yeah, you got it.
Just adding to the brother's point. There's going to be a time when you can't do the work, or you can't, gain or even, take a grass. That's Esau all day. But grass onto the riches, man. That can't be stolen, like the brother Raphael was saying. That can't be diminished. That time is now. The grace period that the Lord is giving us for us to build each other up, for us to build up the church. To constantly continue to grow. And better one another. Okay, I got something else real quick too to say extra point. This is Isaiah chapter 55, verse 1. It says, "Ho, oh, he did?
Bring it out again.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, read it just to tie it all back in. It says, "Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye buy and eat. Yea, come buy wine and milk without money and without price." Because ultimately that should be, the incentive here. You know what I'm saying? Or why you should, invest in your treasures in the heavens. You know what I'm saying? It's free. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta spend no money to get this. You know what I'm saying? Like that should be something clear. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake already in the world, you know what I'm saying, don't like trying to spend no money. You know what I'm saying? They like to try to get everything for the $3.99, if you will. So. That's what that's what you can obtain here. You know what I'm saying?
Take money, but it ain't gonna cost you an arm and leg, man. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, like, shit, we don't need thirsty. What we gonna taste? Exactly. There's smart ass out there, but yeah, pretty much to deal with it and to obtain the things that you're gonna spend is free. You just gotta be able to get to them. That might take a bus. That may take a car drive. That may take a phone bill. You know what I'm saying? Being on councils and stuff. That's gonna take see, you gotta pay to eat.
Yeah, kind of.
Just so you can stay alive and be able to eat for free in those times. Through you spending money so you can eat and stay alive and so you can get the word. Get the money that, see, that's funny because everybody think, start with the so-called white man, that money about to turn into this RFID chip bullshit. That ain't gonna be what that ain't gonna be what spending come down to. That ain't gonna be the true currency for the thing that needs to be bought during those times. It's gonna be this word, man. And people gonna understand that hard way, when they actually got them chips in them. You ain't gonna be able to spend that when on mercy. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
And it is, because it's always, you always got to give. You got to give or take. You got to give something to get something. To hear the word, you have to actually go to where the word's at. That takes time. So our resources are actual, your resources, your time, your diligence, affairs, relationships, whatever. That's what you are trading for this truth, for this reality. So it's definitely a price to be paid, but it ain't gonna be as though you were in the world. So you can get that now on Matthew 7.
Need a new outfit just to hear the word. I gotta get a new outfit.
Right, exactly. It ain't that. Perfect. You don't gotta go get some forces and a fitted cap to get this, man.
Come up here.
You need that.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. It says, "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them,
So sorry.
and will liken him unto a wise man."
Read that again, Salaki.
Matthew chapter 7, verse 24. "Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them."
Yeah, that's it. That's what it comes down to. So now it comes down to hearing and then doing. So it's you learning and then it's followed by the action of actually being in line with doing so. You got it.
It says, "I will liken him unto a wise man which built his house upon a rock."
And that's what we all read in the Isaiah 33 and 6. That's stability. So that's that wise man finding stability, and it's gonna be upon these words. You can keep on reading.
It says, "Which built his house upon a rock, and the rain descended, and the floods came, and the winds blew."
Yep, and that's that test right there. That's the actual moment of knowing if you were founded upon a rock, that's when the test is going to show. That's when, you know, if you will, the fruit comes from your labor. You know, you actually being able to show, see, and prove that what you have been doing is actually what you say you've been doing. And it's going to be actually seen as well upon those who, you know, are outside of you. You know, it's going to be proven. Simply put, you got it.
Yeah, Con. Real quick, well, you can finish. Well, yeah, go ahead. Real quick.
It says, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell not.
And that's the test right there. It fell not. It stood up upon being tested by those winds, that water coming. You know, that means you made the right investment. Okay, you got it.
For it was founded upon a rock.
It was founded upon a rock, and that rock is that sound foundation. Is it more?
Yeah, Con. It says, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not.
This is the flip side. This is, you know, the other side of this tale, if you will. You know, we read about those who they didn't know that they was wretched, poor, miserable, you know, and they believed that their goods and everything they had here was going to substantiate them in the times of need. They made the wrong investment. This is talking about them.
It says, and everyone that heareth these sayings of mine and doeth them not shall be likened unto a foolish man which built his house upon the sand.
You'll be likened it to a foolish man, and you built your house upon something that wasn't stable as sand.
Yeah, yeah.
Therefore, there's no stability in that time. There's no upholding in that time. Everything that you bought into is going to be like sand in your fingers. It's going to just run through it. You know, there's no stability there. You got it.
It says, and the rain descended, and the floods came.
That test came. The test came. You know, the actions came. The actual reality of, you know, of reality, you know, showed up, and you wasn't able to uphold. You got it.
It says, and the winds blew and beat upon that house, and it fell, and great was the fall of it.
Yep. And that was it. That's it. The great was the fall of it. It was a great fall, and that's all about actions. Which road you take, which path you take. Let's go to 7. Start at 13.
Yeah, I had something.
You got it.
There's if you could jump back real quick, matter of fact, I get it. Well, basically, I'll just quote it. The part when he said, you know, in order for you to be good, you gotta have your house built upon a rock. That goes into what? Ignoring everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna be able to survive during that time by a part of building your house upon a rock is gonna be by ignoring everything you need to. Like, you ain't gonna be hurt. Like, you stop being caught up in everything, stop paying attention to stuff that really don't got nothing to do with this truth. At the end of the day, you just become cold to it, basically, which is being hot, right? In that time when women being killed, right? In that time where women out here for the taking, you ain't getting caught up in none of that because you, before that time hit, you was already like ignoring everything. Like, it's to the point where you just start ignoring women. Don't even look. Women walk past, don't even look at them. Don't even like program yourself. Like, that's why you get to a point you ain't even looking at women. You just like, you know, because when that time hit, ain't gonna be nothing to knock me off. Nothing. That's a spirit, like nothing. You know, them little ass drills, bitch. You know, but there ain't gonna be nothing that can knock you off. Nothing. You know? You ain't all caught up in your woman, so if something happened to her in that time, you was ignoring that shit. You completely hard to everything. That's basically the mindset you gotta take on. Even if nothing going on to happen to her or whoever. I got some real quick. This is Job 6 and 10. It says, then should I yet have comfort. Say this goddamn say. That's how you know the message.
You got it. Yeah.
Killing him.
And then they talk another language. That's spiritual. That's how you know the language. That was Satan. That's how you know the message report. Goddamn heathens coming up here talking gibberish. It's Job 6 and 10. Then should I yet have comfort. Yeah, I will harden myself in sorrow. See? He said, then should I yet have comfort. Yeah, I will harden myself in sorrow. So how do you what does endure mean? Because the scripture say that he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. That literally goes to what he said about building your house upon the rock. Basically, can you endure that with those weathers? When certain seasons, certain crazy shit going on come up, families probably gotta start getting touched. If yours get touched, do you falter? You know what I'm saying? Right. Well, if you built your house right, hence you make it out that situation, cool. That means you endured, right? But you gotta endure it to the end. Meaning, every scenario that come up, you gotta be hard enough to withstand it. You gotta be solid enough to withstand it, which is what endure means, becoming hard. How do you become hard? You read it again, Job 6 and 10. Then should I yet have comfort? And you just start doing it. Yeah, I will harden myself in sorrow. See? So it says, let him not spare, for I have not concealed the words of the Holy One. So pretty much this word telling you to what? You basically got to start ignoring women. You got to basically stop being caught up in your family. You got to stop doing all these things. Because when seasons come, but when women just out here for the taking and they, man, you can just take you a woman, man. You ain't getting caught up in it. You like, yeah, really? You know what I'm saying? You go out, you take you a woman. Now you get the clap. Somebody else just took it the whole time. And she was trying to walk around like she was normal. I'm telling you, like, it's gonna be in season when women just getting raped left and right out here. And they're gonna be still, a lot of them ain't gonna get put to death. They're gonna be walking around with the clap. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy for, like, that's in season. Like, you could just take a woman out. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, shit shut down or, like, reporting on that type of stuff.
Right.
Little things like that, man.
If I could, real quick.
No, that's it.
To that point. Because, it was just like when looting became, you know, because that's pretty much what you're doing if you're taking a woman and you looting, you know? When looting became, like in that time, during the whole George Floyd era, if you will, looting was just a thing. Everybody was doing it. You know, you're very plain people, they was out looting, you know? So it became normalized, which is sort of how we started this whole conversation, things becoming normalized. Just like when war comes, a lot of things will become normalized to people, more normalized. Like something simple as said, like let's go out and loot, or everybody out doing it. You know, that's that chaos. Things happen, and it's more acceptable.
And they get took and they faltering to those things. Certain scenarios or occasions arise, will you falter to it? You know?
Right.
You got men that can't get on the level in this truth because they caught up in a fucking woman. What they got to do after this or some shit? This is Shabbat after this any goddamn way, man. Fuck your woman, fuck every goddamn, fuck your kids. Like literally fuck everything, man. Fuck Karen. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when all holy hell breaks loose, what could possibly make you falter?
Right.
Nothing if you already disconnected from every goddamn thing. It don't matter if certain death happens. It don't matter if opportunity arises where you can actually make it happen for yourself. You won't falter to that. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't give a fuck about this. I don't care. I want to come hit your phone, man. Those $100,000 out here, niggas is getting this. I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. Those are different temptations. That's Satan beating on your house. Those are different winds, different tests. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that movie Bird Box, you know. They got played on by the fact that, you know, it was a woman out, you know, she had a baby, whatever it was. He's a good dude, you know. Right. You got everybody's played on based upon what they believe to be good. They trusted that one dude, let him in the house, and he the one that actually destroyed the house. So people are played on based upon those things, and he was literally beating on the door. He was beating on the house.
Things you caught up in, you never know. The Lord might touch those very things. Like how Job had everything. Now, Job would have faltered if he was really invested in all those things. And he liked them. You could tell he liked them, but he really wasn't invested in them, which is how he kept his integrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy, man. Like, you can love your woman, or touch your woman or some shit. But like, what the fuck is the point of being caught up in a woman? You know what I'm saying? They don't know nothing really else matter besides listening to the truth, reading, being with the brotherhood, praying, and just enduring, just living. using the world the way you need to. Okay, you got a woman, whatever. But Karen, well, some shit happened. We already know that's the dudes invested out of there. Done. Oh my God, nigga, leave the truth. I can't. You know? I'm telling you. That's why he said I will harden myself in sorrow. So in order to become hard now, because you can't try to turn hard in a moment when it comes, you so loving this, loving that, and then when that very thing gets touched in that moment, you try to become hard. You know? This ain't the Fantastic Four flame moment. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the Fantastic Four flame moment, man. You can't do that in that moment. You gotta have to already have been hard, man. And how do you become hard? Well, Job said it best. He said, I will harden myself in sorrow. Exactly. It's a sorrowful thing to just quit looking at a woman, don't care about a woman, don't caught up in the family shit. All these things you can go get. You can probably go out, go shopping, get you this, get you that. You can probably get a new car, get a new fucking credit. Fuck all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck that shit. Cause I'm telling you, soon as it's one move that can just change everything. And you will be out here looking fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, if a brother can get that real quick, I'm gonna give it right back to you. Second Ezra in the 16th chapter, and jump down to where it say, real quick. You know, all it takes is one goddamn move. These people gonna falter. Somebody you love might get blew the fuck away in front of you. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. Now, those things, Lord willing, not gonna happen to us by any means. But you know, you just want to be prepared. That's all. Basic grace. Okay, but second Ezra 16 and jump down to I want to say. Yeah, jump down to verse. Shit, you could really start at 44. The point is going to be in verse 48, 47 through 48. Start at 44. Yeah, come.
Second Ezra 16 to 44. They that marry is they that shall get no children.
Right. That's how it's gonna be. There's people that's gonna be married, but they ain't even gonna be able to utilize their wife and be really married in that time. Those times is coming. This time's coming where people gonna be like the men of the Lord that have wives that be as though they have wives be as though they had none. Everybody's situation gonna end up like that. You might not even know where the hell your wife at. Cause all hell just broke loose. She was on a flight. She a businesswoman coming from Utah. You know, she getting a train ran over in China or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's gonna be crazy, man. And then the nigga never see his wife again.
Slocky, I would say the water. The water, how about you outside the water? Because I had a dream just the other night, and I had forgot it, and I was mad because I knew it was like super heavy. It was literally that. I was in the dream. It was like on the go type drive. Like shit was happening, sirens was going off and everything. Right. And I in the dream I had like a woman and kids. You know what I'm saying? But my mentality wasn't even like focused on them like that for real. It was like in like it was onto my bird box type drive. Like most was inside the house, stuff like that. Most was banging on the door and everything. Oh man, it's crazy. What's up? I said, I had went into the bathroom and I had sat in the tub by myself because I'm not trying to be around them. Or they, you know what I'm saying, got demons on them all over the place, you know what I'm saying? And my woman, she wasn't even paying attention either, you know what I'm saying? She had came in like last minute, you know, and then she had left. Just as she had left, Muggs that came in, had busted through the door. So it was like some like oddball type job. Basically, it was like the type of spirit was gonna be in it. It's like some guy you ain't never seen. Basically, they had came in with like hot sauce bottles in their hands. Like they was trying to throw hot sauce in people's eyes type job. Like just, you know what I'm saying, some bugging type. You know what I mean?
If I could real quick, that's some job. Like that makes sense though, cause like spirits. Yeah, different spirits, but it's not even that unimaginable. Like a resource is a resource. Right. Everybody not gonna have a thing. You know, some guns or something, right. Some knives, like you got, you know. So I'm not.
Or that just might be a fetish. Yeah. Somebody just might have that. Something they want to do.
Exactly.
I want to throw hot sauce on people.
And my point being is it's doable.
Right.
You know, like you know, It's really not that far-fetched if you think about it.
Okay.
Resourceful. People go be resourceful in that thing. Salaki, you got
No,
it.
caught you up. Basically, I had like, basically like the Lord gave me like a sliver of like spiritual powers because I had like got through them, you know what I'm saying, on some like, you know, hitting some like some karate chop move type job, you know what I'm saying?
Like that shit right there. You might not even see her ass again. Salaki. That's crazy.
And then I had got out, but I had grabbed the keys because it was like one set of keys. There was a pickup, like an all white pickup truck. And I'm like just driving. I'm in my head. I'm thinking like, damn, you just left your woman and your kids. You have no idea where they at. Like that's like literally what's going on in my head. But I was like, I'm not even worried about it because I know if I can make sure I'm saved, I can save them. You know what I'm saying? But I was thinking like I need to get out first, make sure I'm secure.
And that's exactly what we're talking about, man. It ain't that, because see, the Lord, He might gonna give brothers that don't got families in these times. You might just pick up a woman. She might just get pregnant. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But your mindset, if that happens and before that happens, should always been and be and continue to be that, being focused on what? Being saved. You know what I'm saying? This ain't to stop. We just read earlier how if a man can't, run his own house, how can he run the church?
Right.
But it's a whole, but that's just, basically you do shit without thinking about it. You're like, well, is he hungry? Okay, we'll get the food, come on. All right, fuck out my face. Right? You know what I'm saying? Because you plan yourself if you ain't moving in any other way. If you moving in another way. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be just little kids, they ain't see their parents no more, man. You know? You can't get in, I'm telling you.
Right.
It's the
That's
spirit.
it. Exactly. Woman, she got 2 kids, no man, no husband, the same.
You got it.
Creepy ones.
Second Esdras, Second Esdras 16 and 44, it says, they that marry is they that shall get no children.
Man, that's a time. The Lord telling us this is a time. This is what Ezra's like, man. And you gotta think he actually seen how that looked though, and he just wrote about it. So it's really not exactly what Ezra's seen. He probably seen a movie. He seen a scene on the movie. Go ahead. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead. Go ahead.
It says, continue on, it says, and they that marry not is the widowers.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
And therefore they that labor in vain.
Yeah, see? And you're gonna have women that can't get men, and they that marry not as widows. It's gonna be like her husband died. It's been dying every goddamn word.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, you're not gonna be wanted. Yeah, you're not gonna be wanted by men who,
And at that it's like
not Salaki. Yeah, you say you might not be wanted by a man who knows what's going on. Like, you might not be on for the taking as you thought you was in the world.
no, I'm telling you, that's exactly how it's gonna be, man. It's like how I was saying, like pretty much you could probably get a woman, but you like so worried about being saved, you like, man, fuck it, I ain't worried about her. I can't even trust a woman. She could throw off my possibility. I'm telling you, man. So that's why you have to become hard to be able to deny yourself in those crimes, because it's telling you it's gonna be women out here completely without husbands and men. You're gonna be looking for a woman in that day. That's stupid, because it say they gonna take hold of you.
Exactly.
But it's gonna be apparent, okay, these women for the taking. Women literally gonna be getting their ass raped out here, man. Go ahead, please.
Moses Iraq says, wine and women make men understand it fall away.
Yep.
This
No, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's what you gotta become hard to women. And how do you become hard to women? By in sorrow. You gotta afflict yourself. You gotta create sorrow. You know? The hell with a woman. I don't even look at a woman no more. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. You know? You got a woman, don't seek to be loose from her. If you don't got a woman, don't seek to get one. It's the best thing for you. Because when reality hit, I'm telling you, it's gonna be, none of this shit don't even make sense, man. Everything, what's gonna make it? This is gonna come to pass. Everything but doing this was always foolish in people's minds. You know? That's what's gonna come to pass. Niggas gonna be like, damn, I wish I could just sit out and just not care, just, avoid the distractions and get right, and just basically just be caught up with the Lord. You're supposed to be caught up. You're supposed to be getting caught up with the Lord, man. Not getting caught up, and you're supposed to be entangled with the Lord, man. Not the fucking world. Fuck the world, man. These very things people care about to get touched, man.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, get that real quick. Jeremiah 50 and 37, real quick, and then if you got something, we're gonna continue on that, man. That's it. I ain't got nothing else. It's clear what time it needs to be like this, man. This storm can separate them. A tornado event just happened, right? It happened in Texas. This little girl, right? This is like 13 days ago. This little girl who was 6, she got found upside down in a tree. She was found upside down in a tree, hanging upside down by her pants leg, man. And they were shakes. They had the woman, when the tornado hit their crib, it splashed the whole crib in half. The husband, he flew one way. His name was Joel. They was Northern Kingdom, and the wife's name was something else. But the little girl they found upside down, her name was Miriam. And his wife was pregnant with a baby named Ezra. And none of them died, but the woman lost the baby. So they trying to raise like $80,000. They got $58,000 already. But they said everything they had is gone. When the tornado hit, literally, the wife went that way and the husband went that way. She pregnant. They had a 1-year-old named Ezra. They had a 1-year-old named Ezra. And she was, one on the way. She lost the one on the way, and the rest of them had to get pelvic replacements, pelvic bone surgery, and spinal alignment correction. And when a woman, the mother looked up, she seen her daughter hanging in the tree upside down. They say she was blew from the house all the way to a fucking tree by a tornado that was going 360 miles per hour. 360 miles per hour. I could pull it up. And her name was Miriam. You can't make this shit up, man. So going back into the lesson, it's all about what? Getting right, ignoring all, and surviving, man. Just survive. Just fucking survive. Do whatever you gotta do to do the work. Do whatever you gotta do to survive, so you can do the work and get right. And what's gonna help you doing that is ignoring all. When it's time to ignore all, be able to do that, man. You can't be letting distractions fuck you up, man, because that's stopping you from getting right. And if you don't get right, how the hell you gonna survive? You can't.
Nah.
But just to pull this up really quick. Yeah, 6-year-old girl, 6 years old, found hanging upside down in a tree after 165 miles per hour tornado blew her hundreds of yards from her home. Miriam Rios, she's in the hospital in critical condition. They lost every fucking thing, man. Look, including mom, their mobile home was completely destroyed. Miriam's family, including mom Vanessa, dad Joel, 1-year-old baby Ezra, were all sent flying in different directions when the tornado struck. And they said what? It went on to say that the girl, she ended up in look, Miriam was discovered hanging upside down in a cedar tree.
Wow.
So,
The fact that they described the type of tree.
Yeah, I was like, they could have just said tree.
Right, exactly.
That was the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying?
I got a scripture.
Bring that out real quick.
I'll flock it.
Everything these people about. So the point is, being caught up in this, the Lord can have y'all completely separate. Everything you love and care about, He's gonna separate. The Lord, basically everything about you in touch that people care about. 50 and 37.
Yeah, Con. Jeremiah chapter 50 and 37. A sword is upon their houses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the legal people that are in the midst of her.
So that's relationships, people, sons and daughters, cars, homes, every goddamn thing. Build homes, these niggas down south build homes right now. You can go down south and literally build you a home off $100,000 to be straight.
Yeah, straight.
And that shit finna get touched. So what's the fucking point of being caught up in? You just gotta ignore every goddamn thing. Once you got this situation, that's it. That's it, bro. That's all I want to say. And then we're gonna finish what he had. You got it, what you had.
Okay, come. That's lucky. You can finish what you got.
Yeah, come. That's it.
And it's gonna go for the point anyway.
2 Ezra 16 and 45.
Right.
Therefore, they that labor in vain.
Right.
For strangers shall reap their fruits
Yeah.
and spoil their goods,
See?
overthrow their houses,
See?
and take their children captive.
See?
For captivity and famine shall they get children.
Now, you gotta slow it down because those are multiple weathers. Your children getting touched, your house getting touched, all your labor being in vain. Somebody gonna fall to their labor being in vain if they've been caught up with it. If they ain't been made, that's why you gotta become hard to it. Somebody gonna fall to their home being invaded. You see what I'm saying? If they ain't been made hard to it. Your house can get ran into, you can be tested. You know what I'm saying? Your kids can get touched. Like you see this? See out here in Sanders, look at this. These damn girl on camera. On camera. I mean, I can't say camera. That's the spirit. Camera, man. You know? She's stupid. So why the fuck be caught up in you know? Something that can have that happen to you. Because of the level is stupid, man.
She gone.
Nigga, you would imagine in 2022 standing in the line for some new Jordans getting ready to come out. You done lost your fucking mind. You know what I'm saying? You know the fucking time we gonna be here. That's it. Hey, that's heavy right there, man. That's prophecy right there. I think the point is 48. Go ahead.
They that occupy the merchandise with robberies, the more they take their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I do angry with them for their sins, says the Lord.
Yeah, the Lord tired of people getting caught up in all these things. You see what I'm saying? He's gonna touch everything you care about. They don't get touched. How will be your response when you walk through it, man? And for us, your shit might get touched. And if that's the possibility, which we know it is, the best thing you can do right now is to make yourself hard by what? Sorrow, man. Ignore everything. That's why he say endure. The Lord means you gotta become hard. The Lord said, you know, you gotta think everything the Lord was passing up on. He was in his zone, man. He was ignoring, like, had hit me with, yo, the gas prices. He was like, yo, the gas prices, I got you, bro. The gas prices. The gas prices. The gas prices. I was getting told the food go up. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But it wasn't even in that sense. It was like, I was like, if it ain't in the sense of like, let it be known, like everything is like the prophecy. Like if it ain't in that regard, I don't give a fuck. Gas can go to $13. I don't give a fuck. I don't. That shit ain't for me. It's for these people. If it's 13, I'ma just pay. I don't give a fuck. Fuck, I'ma get him. I don't care. The gas can go up to $30 right now. I don't give a fuck. Chicken can become 40. What the fuck? I don't care. I need to be worried about the Lord, not that shit. That's just another thing you gotta do. I don't give a fuck about that shit, man. People gonna start having heart attacks because they care. That's why niggas will start stealing and killing. Because you care. I mean, niggas gonna rob a gas station. Give me all the gas, motherfucker. I ain't got my kids gotta eat. Like a bitch.
Right.
Just pay the fucking money, nigga.
If I can, just to answer the first point, Jacob make that same notion. My kids gotta eat, and you robbing somebody for gas. That's it. Your kids ain't gonna be able to eat gas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right.
Exactly. That's how niggas gonna be thinking though.
You know? If I could too, like in that day of greatness, that day of greatness commercial, basically was basically still following. They was chasing after the goods.
Right.
They still looking at shoes and stuff. The values, like even if the world ending is coming to a better for us, we not about to be out here caring about shoes, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not about that, man.
There's a specific scene in that too. Like three Jakes all in the store zombies trying to get him. And he like, hey, let me get this in 11. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna need a 13.
Right.
And Jake has like, all right, I got you. This one got shards on. It's raining. You know what I'm saying? He ain't.
Man, go ahead. Hey, can you continue reading that? She ain't here talking to you. Prep for slavery. If you ain't an Israelite, that's something. That's safe, man. No? Yeah, it's an Edomite, man. Yeah.
Second Ezra 16 to 47. And they that occupied their merchandise with robbery, the more they decked their cities, their houses, their possessions, and their own persons, the more will I be angry with them for their sins, said the Lord.
Yeah, that's it. See? So the Lord said, he finna touch the very thing people caught up in. So we gotta ignore all. As far as loving women, he finna touch women. Y'all niggas can't. A nigga can't learn his father because he's so caught up in this.
Right.
He finna destroy him then. You see how the Lord think?
Yeah.
I'm alright. And then the Lord will touch your family because you so caught up in your family. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, yo, I said make your body a living sacrifice. So I need a sacrifice. But if you ain't willing to do that, he gonna pick. He's like, oh, you can't make a sacrifice. You can't make your body living sacrifice because you love this. You caught up in that. I'm gonna take your car. I'm gonna take your crib. I'm gonna take your wife. I'm gonna take your kids. I'm gonna take your job. You know? I'm gonna take your strength. You know? Then get caught up in bodybuilding and shit. That shit real. I'm gonna take your money. You know? You got it.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 and verse 14.
That's it. Your brother got something. You got it.
It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. It says,
and the thought process is not necessarily neglecting the things you got that's helping, like that you basically being that you have to be responsible for. Like you have a family, we ready. You have to take care of your family, but don't get caught up in it. The mentality, it's a mentality you're supposed to have while doing these things, while maintaining a home or shopping, right? Or dealing with a woman, or whatever the hell it may be. You're supposed to have the right mentality. If you do not have the right mentality, it's probably gonna get touched. Or the Lord won't touch it, and then he'll allow that to be your very ruin. Once it gets touched, you know? If it gets touched. However, he might allow it to be your very ruin. You know, so that's basically the point on that, man. You take care of what you do, you know? You just don't, you basically go about it like you ignoring it. You know, that's how you go about it. You stay caught up in this. You stay caught up in this. That's the time we're in. If I'm telling you, if you outside that mentality, man, it ain't looking good for you. And there ain't no telling how much time you got left. You know, you got it. Because once again, one thing can like change everything. One thing. Yeah, it's prophecies that still gotta happen. But the Lord can do this. The way the Lord do stuff is crazy, man. You got it.
13. Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, look, that's the spirit. Check that out.
Whoa. Oh, wow. Double. Double joint.
oh man, it really look like it's 3 almost.
It is. It is.
Right here?
No, it is. I see.
I'm like, that's like the
Become an asshole, or, you know, man, fuck you, y'all ain't real, fuck you. Go crazy, nah, just act like basically take on, like, damn, like you ignoring us. Well, y'all straight. Why? It's like double, like you It's like double structure.
Alright.
That don't mean you can't balance out, but it's nothing, man. Sorrow will I harden my soul. Period. And the Lord touched all Job's shit. He touched everything. He touched everything Job had, man.
Doing his flesh.
And Job was a righteous man. So it can happen to us, man. It ain't the project negativeness. You know what I'm saying? What I do, we get more conscious of that. You know, we want to speak more good things. But shit, this shit, you know, Jake cursed, man. So shit, don't fool me. You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't get my hopes up. Fuck all that, man. Like, I ain't saying I don't got the hope. I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck it, man. As soon as I get on that vibe, shit always go bad for me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of those because I'm happy.
Hey, that's why I feel that one date that came out with the apple shirt, she was turning the corner saying that, and then as soon as she seen the sign, she was like, and kept on walking.
That shit don't be working, man. Trying to be on that frequency because it's false. It's so fake.
That shit fancy. That shit like fake as hell. Like it really ain't. Like the reality is, ain't nobody really happy.
Right.
That's what we just spoke. Ain't nobody really happy. That's why you want all these things.
It's a kingdom. The Lord pissed when you act like that, basically. Then when you in the right mind, you like, you down, then he give you shit. You know what I'm saying? But you just stay down. Like, they wanted Kobe to be happy. Kobe like, look, you know? It's so beautiful how Kobe mentality was seeing how he died out.
Right.
Him being cold like that to everybody, it worked out perfect for his story.
Yeah,
because look how he ended. So you can't win.
Right.
Imagine if he was just a nice guy and being nice and see, look how he fucked his kids and shit still here. Fuck this place, man.
Lord took
this world, man. Fuck this world, man. That shit, man. Fuck this world, bro. Motherfucker, me and Kodak black ass. I'm back in the spirit world. This motherfucker trying to get my wife. You know what I'm saying? You motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn Nipsey Hussle.
God.
He did that with London, whatever.
Whatever.
Black ass nigga.
God, that's it.
It's all the same shit, man. And that's a whole nother, that's the mentality of the world. A man wants that possession, you know what I'm saying?
God.
That's a woman, so it's a possession. But my man wasn't even going for it, a month, not even, a few days.
Right.
And my man out already trying to get that possession. She got shorties and stuff, man.
That's why Kobe disposition was so cold being here, man.
Exactly.
He like, fuck everything, man. Fuck it, you know? He said, fuck basketball too.
Yep. And it's crazy because last thing, when he was done with basketball, he was done with it.
Anybody else got something?
We got like 2 more scriptures.
Yeah, we closed out there.
When he was done with basketball, he was done. He went into other things and was going, you know? But you got it.
This is Romans chapter 12 and verse 2. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Yeah, Con, that's the disposition we want to take. You know, we got to be transformed our mind according to reality, and then leave this world behind. We got too many stories, too many instances we can go into how this world ended. We just talked about Kobe. You know, yeah, fuck him. It's that simple.
The world fucked him, man.
Yeah, it chewed him up and swallowed and spit him out. You know what I'm saying? He went out in the worst way.
Nigga pressing up an honorable nigga in the world, right? A woman is pressed up on by another nigga in the world. Who knows this nigga's an honorable nigga in the world? As soon as he dies.
Right.
Fuck this world, bro.
Right.
The world said fuck him.
And that's not even to name all of the other stuff that we don't know that happened. We know how many, players that probably didn't reach out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you know how this how this shit goes. It's reality.
You caught up in the fucking world getting the best helicopter and the motherfucker crashed on you.
It happened like that every time. You gotta actually the best helicopter to get you around, and that mother crashed. The best pilot, he drove you into a mountain, and that's crazy. I mean, that mountain, he drove into a rock, and he couldn't withstand that rock, so he was finished there. You can get that. 7.
Yep. It's in Matthew chapter 7 and verse 13.
Well, they hit it and they dropped. They hit it and they dropped.
Yeah, con.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the clarification. Water.
Matthew chapter 7 verse 13. Enter ye in at the straight gate.
Yeah, so that's our entrance, the straight gate. The straight gate is a narrow place to enter you in at. And then we're being admonished here, being warned by the Heavenly Father to walk in a certain place.
So everything makes sense.
No, it's not too up. Like, but that's why we warn, man, because we can't. We see how the heathens move. If we move like them, man, we wouldn't. We're doing so. The majority of the Israelite nation is following the ways of these other nations, and they're not faring well. So it's ye in at the straight gate. You keep on reading.
Fine. So like if I can just real quick.
You got it.
You look at the top of the heathens. You know what I'm saying? Esau Edom. That man love wearing. You see it all day today. That man love wearing shorts and short sleeves. Nothing else. You know what I'm saying? But continuing here, it says, enter ye in at the straight gate, for wide is the gate, and broad is the way that leadeth to destruction.
So the wide and broad way, which is all of these different ways you can go out here. You know what I'm saying? All these different ways you can so-called be, all the different desires of the world, all of the different options the world offer you, you know, whatever it may be, you can make up something for yourself. You can make up a word right now and live by it. And the world allows you to do so. But that way lead it to destruction. And it says what?
It says that lead to destruction, and many there be which go in thereat.
And there's going to be many people going thereat. So that's the majority of the world. The majority of the things you see, majority of the things you experience in the world is that wide gate. It's the wide and broad way. But it leads to destruction. You can say that again. You got it?
It's profane.
It's profane. It's common. It's all common ground. That's these streets. That's these women. That's everything that's offered here. That's even Kobe. You know, he was an NBA player. That's profane. It's common. He was a common name. When they say a household name, that's somebody that's known to everybody. You know, but again, in this world, that's false fame. You know, that's a false household name. That's not what really. That's not the real image of what somebody should be actually admiring and looking up to. You got it.
It says, verse 14, because straight is the gate.
And this is why you should be going in at the straight gate. Because straight is the gate.
And narrow is the way.
A narrow way, straight and narrow. Straight going into obstacles. It's like, it's going to be, it's straight, you know, but it's things you got to go over. It's not going to be easy just because it's straight. You know, it's things that come on this path that you have to endure and deal with. But that's why we've been talking about enduring, hardening yourself to this world, muting these things. What was the title?
Street teaching. Get right, ignore all.
Get right, ignore all. Because that's the straight gate. Salakia, brother. The straight gate is you getting right, ignoring all. Because you got to pay attention to this path. And on this path, you're going to be tested just like the world, but you got to endure it. You know, and that's the ultimate goal. Is to endure, make yourself hard to all these things. Get straight, endure all, ignore all slack, and endure it to the end. You can read that again, brother.
Fine. Verse Matthew 7 and 14.
Yeah, slack, just survive. That's the most important part. Because that's what we got to do until the very end, man.
Not the most, you survive. Yeah, 9 to 5 is how you survive.
Water. Yep. You can read it, bro.
Matthew 7 and 14. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way which leads unto life.
And that's what we're looking for. That's surviving is life, man. That's what surviving is going to lead you to, actually living real life in the kingdom. You know, for the Israelites, the true believers of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, the elect, which is who we out here for.
It says, and few there be that find it.
And that's a small number. That's the few that's going to find it. There's very few who is going to receive and see this message and get on that gate and follow through. You know, and just survive, simply put. We got this last one. So brother, the way you can bring it out.
And Proverbs 7 and 1. It says, my son, keep my words.
Yep. Keep these words.
and lay up my commandments with thee.
We got to keep them with us. It was a very beautiful thing the elder had said last night in the sit down. He said haste. It's haste to bring these words to, I forget how you said it. He said haste to bring pretty much the doctrine in mind at all times. Ultimately, like, you always want to be able to bring this doctrine to mind at all times, through whatever it may be. Therefore, you laying these words up with you at all times, and you're gonna be reacting based upon this word and not your own mind. That's what we are to lean, not on our own understanding, but this doctrine. You got it, brother.
Keep my commandments.
Yep.
And live.
Yep, and that's what it's about, keeping those commandments and live.
And my law as the apple of thine eye.
Yeah, that's it. The apple of your eye is what you got your laser focus on. That's you ignoring everything around you and realizing what truth is, realizing what reality is, and enduring and chasing that. And that's pretty much it, man. Any brothers got anything else to say? It's you.
That's it. So yeah, ignore it. Keep your head in what's necessary, which is this, and ignore the unnecessary. All right. That's for men and women. All right. And little kids out there. All right. That is my word. So with that, always been edified. We like to give all honor, praise, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Wahakodash Shakah.
All right. With that, Ababa Ball.
Ababa Ball.
Kwame Ashala.
Kwame Ashala. Shalom.